It's the cold hard truth. Everyone really want to know what's going on with her show. Just get on the air and you will know it's Sandra. The queen of the mile road is here, helping people from everywhere. Get on the phone and you will hear Sandra. Now she will tell you how it goes, but don't you ever step on her toes, 'cause you will hear the cold hard truth from Sandra. They say she's the hero in town, helping people from all around. You get a call, your money is found, it's Sandra. Some will call her late at night just to say that there is a fight, and she will not just leave it alone. She'll get up and call on the phone, and when politics starts on her show, everyone really wants to know the way the things will really go with Sandra. And some will start to criticize, get on the show and tell pure lies, but someday we'll realize it's Sandra. And when they start to argue again, she'll pull the heads to the wind, and soon you will be a friend with Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra.
Good morning, K-Man. Happy Tuesday. What a beautiful day it is in paradise. I just looked out the window and I saw lots of sunshine, a little bit of breeze, which means it's not too hot yet. But I have my theory about this summer. Ooh, I think it's going to be a hot one. Certain times of the day, you can feel it coming. You're like, oh, man. When June, July, and August roll around, get ready, make sure the AC's working, or get your church fan ready because we're going to need it. It's Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. You know what that means? Medical Rundown Tuesday. Here with Health City in the house, we have Mr. Shamari Scott, who's the Chief Business Officer at Health City Cayman Islands. Good morning, Shamari. How are you?
Good morning, Sandy. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing wonderful. So good to see you. Everything's good.
Good.
Tell me some good news.
Well, I have good news and I have bad news. So
Uh-oh.
first the good news. On the
Yeah.
Dolphins front, the rebuild has officially commenced, even more so officially as free agency in the NFL started.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Now, we released our quarterback who was not the future. However, it's a historic dead cap hit, which means he had guaranteed money on his contract, and we released him without getting anything in return. So we took
Mm.
$99 million on our cap hit, which means I think it's 55 million this year, 45 million next year, or something such. That
Wow.
we won't be able to spend towards our full roster, but that's okay because we're in a rebuild mode. And we also signed our new quarterback yesterday. So as soon as we released him, we signed our new quarterback who was
Wow.
back up in another with another team, but he was pretty young guy doing pretty well. So, the coach and the GM were actually on the team that he came from, Green Bay. So they saw
Mm.
something with him, signed him.
Okay.
Not too much money, it helps with the cap a little bit, but we have a new quarterback, end of an era. Rebuild has restart. Plus, I have a new Dolphins quarter
Water
bottle,
bottle, water bottle.
water bottle, and quarterback. Yeah, quarter bottle.
Yes.
So
It's time to celebrate.
I am celebrating. Thank you, Sandy, for the Christmas gift. You know,
Yes,
the
absolutely. It's
I
late,
always see
you
you
know?
a while after Christmas, but
Yeah.
even though it's March, I am happy. I am happy that I have a new Dolphins quarterback.
Awesome. I love
So
it.
to the
And yes, the
so
bad news now.
but
Uh-oh.
bad news is over for the league. We have very adult players, so a few were traveling, and we have a lot of injuries. So we only had six players, and the other team had about 15 players subbing people in and out. And we are the 40s that are a little bit closer to the other end of the spectrum of over 40. So we were playing the young bucks that were
Mhm.
people who are closer to 41 and 42. So we unfortunately lost by 4 points, but we're 1-1 now. Still have many more games to go, so we're still in good position once we get players to show up and we don't have any further injuries. We had somebody who
Mhm.
broke a toe, not playing. That's how us folks do nowadays. Broke a toe, so we're down one more player, but that's okay. We have a few other players coming for tomorrow, so hopefully we'll have a few subs and we can get back in the winning column. So no excuses. We need to win tomorrow, and then we're back in the hunt to reach the playoffs.
Wow. Okay. Sounds like you have your hands full and you
Yeah.
are quite busy, but thanks for the updates. I'm so amazed, I think is the right word, at how much you know about your team and the dedication to, following the team and getting the facts. And I low key enjoy listening to you. I mean, it is very, very interesting, but it definitely shows a level of dedication. Because I know people like, oh, yeah, that's my favorite team and whatever. And then you ask them something like, okay, well, what's going on with your team right now? They have no clue.
Well, I mean, I'm in a football chat group that everybody knows exactly what's happening with their teams, and we get in discussions about who has the better management, general managers, who has the better team, and a lot of times, so it's just like business, right? A lot of times you can have talented players, but if you don't have the right leadership and you don't have the right vision, then you're not gonna succeed. So there's some teams who succeed over decades, right? And that's because they have a great owner, great general manager, great head coach, and they put the right pieces in the right places. So, it's
Mhm.
always interesting to even look at it from a strategic standpoint. The Dolphins have not been the best since
Mhm.
we lost Dan Marino to retirement. So that would have been, yeah, over close to 30 years now, the Dolphins have not been a well-run organization. However, we have a new GM, so hopefully we'll turn back the hands of time and we can reach another Super Bowl and win another Super Bowl. Yeah, because I'll
Mhm.
wherever they are, I'll definitely be there when they go to the Super
Man,
Bowl.
I love it.
I will,
Absolutely
I
love
will
it.
make it. I will make it. But today is I always marvel how that every other day could be another day when it comes to medicine.
Mhm.
And March 12th, which is this Thursday, is World Kidney Day, and
Yeah.
the month of March is World Kidney Month. And we are pleased that we're going to be able to have Dr. Amit, who is our consultant nephrologist. He'll be joining
Mhm.
us. He has a wealth of experience, well over a decade of experience at the highest levels. He's an expert when it comes to kidney disease, patient management,
Mhm.
hypertension management, kidney transplant as well, peritoneal dialysis, and interventional nephrology are all his areas of
Mhm.
expertise. However, today we'll be discussing, UTIs and, when UTIs become serious and how
Mhm.
untreated UTIs can damage the kidneys. And we'll
Mm.
speak about prevention as well as early treatment. And I
Mhm.
got to learn a lot more about UTIs than I ever wanted to know, even also having, kids. And
Mhm.
I think back to some of my kids and when they would have had UTIs and you have to take them in and the such, and I had no clue what that was. But being a parent, teaches you a lot about different ailments that otherwise you wouldn't have known. And this is before, obviously, my time with Health City. But it's our
Yeah.
pleasure to have Dr. Amit on the show. And he has been here before, if I recall. So I think this might be his second
Yes.
or third time. Dr. Amit, good to see you, sir.
Good
Hello, hello.
morning.
Good morning, Sandy. Good morning, Somari.
Yes. Good
And good.
morning, Dr. Amit. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's nice
Um,
to have. Yes, thank you.
yes, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, a very good morning to all the Cayman Island people, the wonderful people of Cayman Island, and it's nice to be on the show on Words of Word. We're in World Kidney Day. I do like to connect, especially for the awareness to the people, and also there is a very important discussion that we're going to have.
Hmm. Yes, absolutely. And I was going to say, Doc, that I have to admit that I don't really know a lot about UTIs. So I'm in total learning mode here this morning. I don't think I've really had a personal experience with them. So I want to know for sure. Because when I was reading the prep notes for today's show, I said to myself, wait a minute, UTIs impact the kidney? It made it shocking that I had no idea. So let's go ahead and pull up our slides here because this is definitely an educational moment. I mean, we've all heard of UTIs, but the question really is how much do you actually know? So I'm here to learn. So tell us first of all about World Kidney Month. Being one of the, as Shamari said, every single month there is a health area that is being recognized, and it's important because it's all about education, informing the general public, and there are people all over the world that are impacted by these things. So let's talk a little bit about World Kidney Month, which is celebrated around the world in terms of information every single March. Global campaign to raise awareness around the importance of kidney health and reducing the impact of kidney disease. It culminates with World Kidney Day, which is the second Thursday of March each year. So that would be this Thursday, right? Are we in the second
Yeah.
Thursday? I think so. Yes.
Yes.
Um,
So,
mhm.
yeah, so this is the 20th anniversary of World Kidney Day that we started celebrating from 2006. Um, uh, this time it is very important because last month of May 2025, when World Health Organization arranged its 78th World Health Assembly, the first time they recognized kidney as a global priority in terms of prevention and awareness and treatment. They understood the burden that is going to arise in the coming years. If I give a perspective of up to 1 in every 10 individual has some amount of kidney disease, and this kidney disease is not equitably distributed. It's like more of the disadvantaged people, the poor people, the peoples with high risk, like females, elderly, pregnancy. So those are the people who are more affected with the kidney disease. They understood
Mhm.
that it is not going to be easy when we talk about burden. So it doesn't affect only the people, it also affects the people around them. It also affects the community as a whole. So
Mhm.
WHO first time has integrated that we have to identify kidney in terms of diabetes, cancer, and cardiovascular disease worldwide.
Mhm.
So this is an important month for us that the World Health Organization has also pitched in. We have to do more, not only kidney disease. If I talk about the theme of this month, it is kidney health for all, caring
Mhm.
for people and protecting the planet. So now first time they have come with protecting the planet, and I'll talk more about it once we go on our discussion.
Mhm. Very good. I guess Shamari, you being in the area surrounded by physicians, you would have known that UTIs were connected to kidney health.
Yes, yes. After working with Health City, then I found out it was, yeah.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
before, prior, I had no clue.
yeah,
Absolutely
I
no
didn't put
clue.
it together myself. So this is really, really important. The theme for this year's World Kidney Day is kidney health for all, caring for people, protecting the planet. Can we talk a little bit about what that theme means, Dr. Ami?
Yes. Over the years, so kidney health for all, so we talk about people first. So we talk about how to prevent, how to keep the awareness, how to achieve equitable distribution. So equitable distribution,
Mhm.
even the poor should have the advantage of getting the new advancement of kidney disease management. So that's what we pitch in. This time, their first time, they have added protecting the planet. So they understood a loop between how the climate affect the kidney and how
Mhm.
the management of kidney disease also affect the planet, especially on the green part. So giving an example, so the more the air pollution, more the heat stress,
Mhm.
the change in climate do affect the hydration part of our body, and in
Mhm.
the indirectly they also affect the kidney. So the kidney diseases on rise because of the change in climate. On the other hand, when we treat patients with kidney disease, especially like dialysis patients, given an example, so one session of dialysis, the amount of non-reusable plastics that we use, the amount of energy that we use, the amount of pure water that we use is equivalent to a carbon footprint of a car driving for 240 kilometers. So this is about one dialysis only. And there are a lot of people on dialysis, and they have to on dialysis of thrice a week, so almost 12 dialysis in a month. So you
Mhm.
can understand the effect of even the kidney disease management on the planet itself. So the climate and kidney goes in loop and loop. So one affects the other affects the one
Mm.
more. Yes.
Mm. Very interesting. Because we often don't think about the environment and different environmental factors that really can impact our lives, from our lungs to heart disease, just to overall health. But it's very, very interesting that the theme for this year has actually taken kidney care into consideration when it comes to the environment. So everything, folks, from heat, pollution, access to clean water, and pushes for prevention, early detection, and more sustainable models of care, all included in this. So our bodies do something amazing. I should say our kidneys do something amazing. And let's talk about why kidneys matter and what it is that they do. So two kidneys. A couple of days ago, we were having a discussion about the different organs in the body, and sometimes we forget how many we have and what they do and what they are. So someone had mentioned the liver. So just remind me, doctor, we have one liver and two kidneys, right?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I told the person, because they were like, oh, we have two kidneys. I said, no, no, no. I mean, two livers. I said, no, I think it's one liver and two kidneys. So the kidney, which is what we're discussing today, we have two of them. Does the body absolutely need two kidneys?
Not always, not always. Even
Mhm.
if I say the 1 to 2% of people born with one kidneys, even the one kidney takes of the work of body. And at any given point, your only 60% of kidney works, the 40% sleeps. So it's a wonderful thing that God has
Mhm.
given, that we have a backup, right? So even people donate a kidney, right? One kidney I remove, the other kidney takes up the work. So
Right.
having a backup is a nice thing. I won't talk about liver, but yes, liver has a very high regenerative capacity. So they can regenerate very well, not the kidney.
Mhm.
So kidney once damaged, usually it impacts is a long term. So having a backup is a nice thing God has given us.
Wow. And what does exactly the kidney do? I understand it has a very important filtration
Yes.
task.
So whatever the toxins that generate in the body in terms of when you do digestion, our body's activities goes on, so they have to be get removed periodically. So kidneys does this function every second, every minute of the time, and it filtrates the blood, takes out the toxins, and keeps the nice thing in the blood. In other works, they have a lot of hormones that is produced from the kidney, which helps in maintaining our blood, which helps in maintaining our bone health, like calcium, phosphorus. These are the not the essential part, but they are the contributing part. The most
Hmm.
essential part is the filtration. So if my kidney shuts down, so all
Hmm.
the toxins builds up the body, they affect all the organs, and the eventual it is non-survival. And
Hmm.
kidney is also the main organ which determines your blood pressure. So we
Wow.
always talk about heart when we talk about blood pressure, but
Hmm.
heart is the effect of the high blood pressure, the heart disease. It's
Hmm.
not the cause of the high blood pressure, but kidney is the cause of high blood pressure. So when you talk about blood
Hmm.
pressure and poorly controlled blood pressure, we have to look into the kidneys. are they the real reason, and should we treat it?
Oh, wow. I did not know that. So there we go. So kidneys filter waste and excess fluid from the blood, regulate blood pressure, and balance electrolytes that help to make red blood cells. So the kidneys do a lot. I'm shocked that I didn't know how important the kidneys were. And this connection to regulating blood pressure was something that absolutely surprised me. So for people who have uncontrollable blood pressure, should they be looking at their kidneys with some degree of testing or suspicion in terms of if they're operating properly?
Absolutely. So
Mhm.
we have one blood hypertension called primary blood pressure. It's not a primary thing. It's basically a familial thing. If you have your parents being hypertensive, so it sometimes happens that even young children starting from the age of 20s, 30s might have hypertension. But
Mhm.
yes, if you're the age group that you are developed hypertension, like very young kids or very elderly who has first time been detected hypertension, or your blood pressure is not controlled with simple medications, one or two medications, um, there is 95% chance that the kidney is the major organ which is causing your blood pressure. So because kidney doesn't have any symptoms as of so it might get unnoticed. So it is always better to look for kidneys as the cause of your poorly controlled blood pressure. There are other causes like hormonal causes so which happen, but they're less than 5%. So I'll suggest
Mhm.
anybody who at a extremes of age, maybe young or elderly, or even at a young age with a very poorly controlled blood pressure should have get checked your kidneys
Mhm.
with your GPs. Yes.
Hmm. Very, very fascinating. All right, folks, here's something else I didn't know about the kidneys. Apparently, chronic kidney disease, CKD, often has no symptoms until it's advanced, which is why it's called a silent condition. And diabetes and high blood pressure are the leading causes of CKD worldwide. So, coming back again to these lifestyle issues that we're all facing, obesity, heart disease, and family history can also be major risk factors with CKD. So, something to know about for sure. Caribbean people, pay attention because we have very high rates, as we've said, of a lot of these things that contribute to it. So, we're also going to talk about the connection now between UTIs, which are urinary tract infections, and your kidney. So, what is a urinary tract infection?
So our body, every fluid in the body, maybe stool, maybe the urine, do have bacteria of their own to protect the lining of the tract. So we have kidneys, ureter, bladder, and finally the urethra, which takes out the urine from the body. So they have
Mhm.
the bacteria, but because of the urine flow, they keep on getting flushed every time. So they're not allowed to multiply and grow into a bigger number. The urinary tract infection means affection of any of the organs, could be at a kidney or could be bladder, and
Mhm.
it is happens when the bacteria starts growing in a innumerable number of like more than 1 lakh in per ml. And this happens when the bacteria from the outside, especially around the urethra, gets into the system and they starts multiplying. They are the ghost bacteria. They should not be there. And when they multiply, they cause this infection with a lot of symptoms that is enumerated.
Mhm. Hmm. So fascinating. Very, very common among women, but men can get UTIs as well.
Absolutely. Men can get UTIs, but because of the long urethra and the prostates specifically protecting the reflux from the bacteria from the outside, they are protected. But yes, the reverse is true that even though they are uncommon to get affected, and once they get affected, it is more complex to manage. In women, because of the short urethra and because of the different hormonal imbalances, especially in the towards the age, they do get bacteria coming out from the system into the bladder and they cause infection, but they're easily managed. So more infections easily managed, but men could have lesser chances of infection, but very complex and more chances of high risk organ damage.
Mhm. All right, folks, don't forget if you have questions, if you're as intrigued as I am about this conversation, 936-2626 is the telephone number. Don't hesitate to give our experts a call. Dr. Amit is here to answer your questions. So some of the symptoms of a UTI include burning during urination, frequent urge to urinate, cloudy or strong smell in urine, and lower abdominal discomfort. Now, a lot of people complain about having to urinate frequently at night as opposed to
Yes.
during the day. Is that a symptom of a UTI, or is that something else going on in the body?
Yes, so any frequency, increase in frequency more than 2 times in a night, we call it a nocturia. That means you are peeing more than you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be a signs of urinary tract infection. And as a kidney doctor, I can say that could be a signs of chronic kidney disease because your kidneys tend to make more urine while you lie down because of the venous blood supply increases in the kidney. But getting up in the night multiple times is not what the nature wants. And you might be fatigued the whole day because you are not having a good sleep in the night. So there
Mm-hmm.
is also a protective mechanism that it prevents you to, and the bladder is there to hold a urine up to more than 500 ml over the night, so that you have to pass once when you get up. So if you're
Mm-hmm.
getting up more in the night, it could be the irritation in the bladder that doesn't let you sleep, or you can have a chronic kidney disease. Those people do make more urine in the night than the daytime. So
Mm-hmm.
either of them can be true, and it should get be checked if you are having multiple times you're getting up in the night.
Yeah. I'm always surprised at how your body knows to do certain things. It's like when you're sleeping, you don't tend to, go to the bathroom. I'm like, how does your body work like that? Just such an amazing,
Absolutely.
just amazing. The whole thing is amazing. All right, let's talk about some of the causes then of UTIs.
Yes. So most of the times, it is dehydration, not enough water intake that
Mhm,
tends to predispose you to for UTIs. Also, if you hold your urine for a long time, you don't practice the proper genital hygiene. If you're wearing tight, non-breathable clothing, mostly those who traps moisture, and also certain sexual activity, especially in the female tends to introduce bacteria from the outer side of the system and can cause UTIs. There are other immunosuppressed conditions that predisposes because you don't have enough defense, like diabetes, patients who are on chemotherapy, patients who have catheters, patients who have stone disease. They also increase the chance of UTIs.
mhm. Okay. All right, folks. So, possible causes. How much water? I've been seeing some. We know that they say, okay, 8 glasses of water a day, on average, but then sometimes they tell you you could be potentially drinking too much water. It gets a little bit confusing. What are your recommendations? Like, I know I'm a person who doesn't drink a lot of water, and I really struggle. So I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to drink more. But what should I be thinking is an adequate amount, or how do I know if my body has enough water?
Um, there is an indirect way of looking at are you drinking enough is the
Mhm,
color of the urine. If your urine color is faint light yellow and or clear, that means you are drinking enough water.
mhm,
And it depends on the climate that you are in. If you are indoor or you are working outdoor, so the ideal requirement of water in a day varies. So it can be from 2 liters to 4 liters in a day.
mhm.
Drinking more water doesn't harm the kidney, but you don't need. So it's like the more you drink, the more you go for pee. I won't suggest anybody to drink more than 5 liters in a day, but 2 to 4 liter. And we are in a tropical area. We have very, very strong sunlight outside. If you are traveling or you're doing some sports activities, you do need to drink a lot of water.
Mhm. Very good. I see Shamari taking his swig of water for the day.
Yeah, I have at least four of these, four
Yeah,
bottles of these a day. Yeah,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Sandy,
I'm
Absolutely.
you
trying. I'm
sound
trying.
you sound like my wife. You're finding evidence about drinking too much water. If you don't like to drink water, trust me, you're not drinking too much water.
I know. I've got my
Yeah,
glass here.
your system is finding you and saying, "Oh, okay, let me feed her things about drinking too much water to
I
justify
know,
the
right?
lack of water intake."
Doc, I've got my water here with ice in it because I'm one of those people that I don't like room temperatured water. Is it okay if I put ice in there?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. It's
Okay. All
either
right.
way. Yes.
That's how I have to do it. And Shamari, I know you've got your Miami Dolphin mug, and I don't know if you can see this. It's kind of starting to fade a little bit, but it says "Tears of My Pickleball Opponents" on mine. So that's
So,
what I'm drinking this morning. I
so you
haven't
have
been
the
on the cold
premier,
month, but
you have the premier's tears in
I
there.
know. Crying. I got him crying when he was here last time. Got to get him back on the court, folks. All right. So drink more water. Don't hold your urine for long periods of time. Sometimes I think that this is probably what's happening with kids. Am I right? Like sometimes they know they have to go to the bathroom, but then they don't want to go because they're doing something else, so they just hold it.
Yeah.
How do you know that you're at a chronic, obviously your bladder is like about to burst, right? But what do you tell kids? Like the second they feel like they have to go, they should go?
Yeah, so you can time, right? You can look and what is the last time they have gone for the washroom. So it usually, if you're going to the washroom every 2 to 3 hours to pee, is a good enough indicator that they're drinking enough water and they're not holding the
Mm,
bladder. So just encourage them to don't hold on when it starts paining. So you can see their activities when they have painful bladder. When the bladder is full, they keep on holding their lower
mhm.
part of the tummy. They start fidgeting. So just encourage them not to hold bladder. So that's that, and you can time it. That what is the last time they have gone for a bathroom break? Yes.
And sometimes they seem to forget that they need to go. I mean, this happens to my daughter all the time. Like if I need to take a bathroom break, I'll say to her, "Hey, do you need to use the bathroom?"
Yeah.
Especially if we're out and about, we're trying to like go before we go. You know how Caribbean people are, go to the bathroom before we go on the road, kind of thing. And
Yeah.
she's like, "Oh, I don't have to go." And then now she says, "Okay, I'll try." And normally when she says that, that means that she actually has to go, but she just wasn't thinking about it. It wasn't at a critical
Yes.
point yet.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So, I encourage her, like, let's go to the bathroom. No, 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 I don't have to go, but I'll try. And then when she tries, she's like, "Wow, Mom, I actually had to use the bathroom." So it's so funny that they don't often, realize. Um, so poor hygiene, how is that connected to UTIs? What are we talking about here?
Yes, absolutely. If you are washing every time you go to your shower,
Mhm,
that is what it is required. How you handle when you go for pee or poop, how do you
mhm,
handle? Are you cleaning enough? Are you flushing with water? Are you doing the right way of using your toilet paper or your anything that you use to clean up?
mhm,
So hygiene is most important, especially when you're using the undergarments for a long time and they become sweaty. So are you
mhm.
drying off enough? That's why we encourage people to have more cotton underwears than the tight ones and the other ones which it's not breathable. So
Right.
hygiene is most important because it creates more microorganisms around the urethra and just increases the chance that they might get into your system.
Okay. So cotton underwear, good because it dries quicker, and the
Yes.
other one's not so much so, the other fibers and stuff. And then just proper hygiene. Ladies, to always tell little girls, because they have to learn this, front to back. You wipe front to back. That's the way that you wipe when you go to the bathroom. So, and of course, I'm on a mission, Doc, to convince my husband that we need a bidet in the house. So I know there's debate about this, but I think I needed a bidet. We don't have an electrical plug for one, Shamari, but I'm gonna figure it out. Oh my goodness, it's like on my bucket list. Like one day I want one.
Oh
Uh,
my.
Shamari, you might remember. Remember when we were? I think it was a South African trip, and they had those
Yeah.
really nice bathrooms. And
Yeah.
was that Johannesburg? Where were we? I think it was
Yeah, I think
Johannesburg
so.
Airport.
I think so. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
and
so.
the VIP lobby there, and they
Yeah.
had the Asian version
Yeah.
of bathrooms and stuff, and I was just so fascinated. I'm like, this is
Yeah.
amazing. All
My
right.
grandmother, my grandmother on my mother's side had a bidet, and I
Yeah.
remember when I was young, and I was like, "What on earth is that?"
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, we've
Yeah.
had it. We've had it before.
Good
Yeah.
stuff. That's amazing. So there are some groups, Dr. Ami, who are higher risk groups. So let's talk about who those individuals are, higher risk for getting a UTI.
Yes, so one of the most important is diabetes because sugar in the
Mm-hmm.
urine do help the bacteria to grow faster, and
Mm-hmm.
diabetes patient could have some amount of neuropathy which prevents your bladder to empty completely, so which might also get unnoticed. So you'll be surprised to find so many people they feel that they are peeing well, and when we examine do an ultrasound after the pill they still have 100 or 200 ml of urine inside the bladder itself,
Mm-hmm.
and they're not aware of it. So unawareness and poorly controlled sugar is the one why they have risk of infection, and they also have the infection getting sprayed in the blood. Pregnant women, they are also at risk, but the risk that's why they get screened for urinary tract infection very frequently by their gynecologist. And in UTIs itself can increase the risk of abortion, the risk of preterm delivery, or a low birth weight of the babies. That's why they screen very particularly for UTIs.
Mm-hmm.
Older adults, specifically when I classify the male ones, because of the big prostate, they have these obstructive symptoms to the urine that can increase the risk of infection. While the older females, they have, because of the hormonal changes, the vaginal secretions decreases, which
Mm-hmm.
leads to a different kind of bacteria being growing, not the protective ones, but the infective ones, which increase the risk of infection. Patients who have catheters like Follis catheter, so because of these obstructive things, also increase the risk because it's a direct conduit between the outside to the inside. With there is zero protection at that point. Patients
Mm-hmm.
with have stones and they keep on passing stones, they damage the mucosa of the bladder and the ureter. That also predisposes due to the infection. Children not supposed to have UTIs. So it's a medical term that if a female child
Mm-hmm.
have second UTI or a male child have the first UTI, it has
Mm-hmm.
to be thoroughly investigated if they have some abnormalities, especially the structural abnormalities, which should be treated at early age. Otherwise, they
Mm-hmm.
will land up in kidney disease.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. And is it often that you see children with bladder issues?
It's not often, but yes, because you have the symptoms, so you have fever, you have change in urine, you have urine culture positive. If your pediatricians find that they have a particularly UTI, so it has to be investigated. It's not very common. We don't expect the child to have a UTI. So if it is there, it has to be treated. I'll say that only less than 5% of our the whole population will have child uh, presenting with UTIs.
Hmm. Well, I can tell you what, we have got people listening to the program today. Alfred is in the house, and we have another listener who was very keen to pick up on my point about the bidet, and this is what she had to say. And I'm excited now. I'm going to go to A.L. Thompson today. She has shared with me that maybe I don't need electricity or a plumber because she says A.L. Thompson's, big shout out to A.L. Thompson, sells the bidet toilets, not heated, just room temperature and no dryer, but no electricity or plumber needed. What? That's amazing. I'm there today. Depends though, because my stomach is a little bit off. So maybe not today is the best day, but I'm going this week. But that's amazing because I've seen the seats that you can add on, Shamari, but still they look like they needed some kind of electrical component. I'm going to investigate this. Investigation underway. Alfred, having a little funny moment. He says, there was a time I thought a bidet was for the dogs to drink from.
Well,
They may find it interesting too. Good
And also
morning.
be
Sorry.
reminded that if bidet water pressure is very high, it can
Uh-huh.
also cause damage to your already sensitive vaginal epithelium and then can cause a UTI. So It has to be balanced in the way we
Yeah,
are using it.
don't overdo it. Okay. All right. All right. Good advice here from the doctor for those of us who are sitting here thinking that Sandy has a brilliant idea today. All right. So, folks, if you just joined the conversation, we're talking about all things related to UTIs and really in celebration of World Kidney Month and Day. The day is this Thursday, the entire month of March. And so the role that UTI is playing and your kidney health is one that you need to be aware of. So let's talk about your immune system, because apparently that can also increase the risk of UTIs and then kidney infections. And that is where a disease like diabetes can actually wreak havoc on your immune system. But there could be other things that are going on with your immune system that makes it more likely that you actually pick up a UTI, right, Doc?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So I'm going to throw out this. We're going to talk about UTIs and when they become serious now. And I'm going to throw out this term that I'll be honest with you. I'm going to need you to help me pronounce acute pyelonephritis.
Pyelonephritis.
Say it again for me.
Pyelonephritis.
Nephritis. Pyelonephritis.
Yes. So when we talk about pyelonephritis, it's basically affecting the kidney because the kidneys, the draining part is called pelvicalcidial system. So pyelo starts from the part of the pelvis of the kidney that gets affected.
Word
so
of
it's
the
like
day.
pyelonephritis. Yeah.
Pyelonephritis.
Nephritis.
Yes.
Yes.
You got to kind of break this down. So pyelonephritis. Got it. Folks, that's the word of the day. Go look it up and know how to pronounce it.
Pyelonephritis. There we go.
Pyelonephritis.
Yes.
I'll have to find a way to use that in a sentence. But so UTIs can, if untreated, allow bacteria to spread from the bladder to the kidney. So give us an idea here of where the bladder is and how it connects to the kidney. I feel like we almost need a diagram this morning on how the bladder and kidney are connected.
We have the initial diagram where it's showing the pelvis and the ureter then joining to the bladder down below. So the kidneys are up under your rib cage towards the back. And there are two draining system ureters that goes down, trickles down and joins to your bladder. So this is supposed to be a one-way system. So when the ureter joins the bladder, there is a valve kind of thing because it passes through the muscle in an oblique manner. So that's how it protects whenever there is a pressure in the bladder, it protects the urine to go back. Because now when the urine is in the bladder, they have grown a lot of bacteria, right? So whenever there is a high pressure system, that means there is obstruction in the front, it's there. So when there is obstruction in the system, could be prostate, could be some neurological bladder, like because of the diabetes. So the urine starts going back. This is called reflux towards the kidney. So they are throwing bacteria which are not supposed to be there in the kidney. And kidney is a very compact system. So when the kidney gets infected and they become inflamed, they start swelling up. So that the capsule and the kidney is so sensitive. The simple amount of swelling will cause severe pain. So patients with bladder infection might not have experienced those kind of pains, but the kidney infection do have severe pain, especially in the back, which we call around the side of the our spine. That's called renal angle. So they have like a sharp shooting pain or a knife stabbing pain, and and it doesn't just stop with the pain. They might have nausea. They feel like vomiting pukes. And if the infection is severe, you can see the change in the color of the urine. It could be just turned into cloudy, or sometimes the infection itself damages the tissue in the kidney. You can see blood or tissues coming out through the urine. So it's a severe kind of infection, and none can stay at home with this kind of infection. They will land up in the emergency taking care of these things.
Interesting. So this little diagram kind of demonstrates what is the difference between the urethra and the ureters up further up?
Ureters. So ureters
Ureter,
are, yes, ureters are joining the kidneys with the bladder. So they are like internal. So urethras are what
Mm.
the from the bladder it comes out. So it's like The penile part from the for males, and the females have a very short urethra, and then the opening which helps the urine to come out.
Hmm.
So they're basically the conduit to the outer system. Ureter
Right.
is the inner side where it connects the bladder and the kidney.
Yeah. And what does it mean for your kidneys to be interior versus exterior? What does that mean? That's just showing you what the inside looks like versus the outside here in this diagram.
Yes, so this is like your whole abdomen. So like from
Hmm.
the kidneys, just under the diaphragm to the bladder, just near the pelvis, the whole
Hmm.
diagram suggests the ureter is connecting from the upper to the lower part of the
Hmm.
your urinary system. So this is like inner part of your body. The urethra
Yeah.
is open to the outside. So that
Okay.
urethra is a yes.
Yeah. And are kidneys the same size? Is it possible that you have one that's like larger than the other? Are they pretty much the same size? And how big are your kidneys?
So it depends upon the height of a person. So at the adult, when the kidneys are matured, the size varies from 8.5 up to 11.5 centimeter.
Hmm.
The right kidneys are a little lower than the left kidney because of the liver taking up the space. And that's why the right kidney is supposed to be 1 or 2 centimeter, 1 or 1.5 centimeters smaller than the left kidneys. And basically the size that matters, because if the size is less than 8.5 centimeter, 8.5 centimeter, we call them small kidneys. That means probably the functional units of the kidneys are lesser in that part, but there are other tests to check if they are really small and really non-functional before we tell them that they're not functioning.
Hmm. Fantastic. All right. Learning lots here today. So, when UTIs become serious, sometimes they actually require a trip to the emergency room. So you've got to know, do you have to go to the A&E or urgent care? And what are some of the symptoms then that you should be looking for?
Yeah, so if you have high grade fever, chills, pain in the back with having nausea, and you also feel the frequency of the urine has increased, the color of the urine has changed, and most of the people, because the bladder is the origin of the infection going to the kidney, they might
Mhm.
recognize they had a few bladder symptoms before it started happening, and that's how you know that your kidney is getting affected, especially the flank area that she is holding in the picture. So it
Mhm.
shows that your kidney has been infected and the pain is radiating towards the back.
Wow, sounds like very, very serious symptoms. And then if you run to urgent care, what are the treatments? I know we're going to get here in a second, but I'm kind of curious as to what sort of relief. I guess they gave you pain meds to help with that severe pain almost immediately. So, folks, how quickly can bacteria travel from the bladder to the kidneys if someone ignores the early signs or tries to, do some remedy at home to treat themselves?
As the time period could vary from weeks to months, because before the the kidney is harboring the bacteria coming from the bladder. But
Hmm.
people who have already a kidney infection before, so the damage is already there in the kidney. So it's like a healthy kidneys and already a damaged kidney affected by the bacteria. So they might have earlier symptoms than the one which are first time getting affected. So people who have multiple kidney infections should be more quickly treated. So and they should be able to recognize the symptoms, and even the mild symptoms they need to consult their doctors.
Hmm. All right. And you've got a long list of complications here, Doc, that are actually quite scary. So, everything from permanent damage, kidney scarring, chronic kidney disease, sepsis, which is an infection spreading into the bloodstream,
That is it.
and then kidney abscesses. None of that sounds like fun.
Absolutely. So kidneys, because it's a very highly vascular organ, once the kidneys get affected, there is a high chance that these infections get into the bloodstream, spreads across the body, and cause sepsis. Even during the process, they damage part of the kidneys, which after every time you have kidney infection, the after effect may be unrecognized. As I said, we have a backup person of the kidneys, like even up to 40% of kidney is getting damaged, your blood test won't suggest that you have a chronic kidney disease, though you have already a structurally damaged kidney. So even a single UTI affecting the kidney can leave behind a scar. And these scars may not be recognized initially, but over the age, when the kidney function starts declining, it gets more and more evident. So everybody after age of 60s, they have kidney function decline, but till the end of life, the kidneys are able to manage those bodily functions. But if you have a structurally damaged kidney beforehand, so your kidney function declines faster, and you might need kidney replacement in your part of life. So that's why preventing a kidney infection takes priority. And sepsis is one thing that keeps your life at risk. But even those treated properly, but if the kidney infection has happened, then definitely they increase the risk of a chronic kidney disease.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. All right, folks. So make sure that you pay attention. This is why this discussion here this morning is so incredibly important, because there are really, really serious complications that you should not ignore. So it can spread beyond the kidneys into surrounding tissue, including into the spine and blood. So, wow, that's just shocking. All right, let's talk a little bit then about some of the treatment options, prevention. Health City always focuses, folks, on prevention and everyday tips. So the things that you can do to help yourself before, having an urgent need to get to them. So what are some of the top practical things that people can do every single day to help prevent UTIs? I know we talked about, some of these already, but let's maybe just stress them again. And protect their kidneys. Hydration, proper hygiene, proper bathroom habits, the type of clothing that you wear. So don't wear tight clothing, especially in your private section, wearing cotton undies and so forth. And even sexual health, which is something that we didn't really touch on much this morning, but sexual health also is important because that can contribute to UTIs as well, right, Doc?
Yes, absolutely. So hydration is the paramount. So keep yourself hydrated, good hygiene practice. And if you have infections already recognized, you should know the symptoms and seek your medical care as soon as possible. So preventing a more serious infection, preventing a pyelonephritis, that means affecting the kidneys, is definitely important for us. And if you have a GP in touch, you always can, and they recognize these symptoms pretty early. Even people who have multiple infections, they understand that they are going to have symptoms, and there are a lot of medical advice pamphlets are available how to prevent
Mhm.
UTIs. You can always go through them. Try to do those stuff more often that we have already discussed. And
Mhm.
yes, absolutely, hydration and timely medical care is necessary for UTIs to go serious.
Yes. And folks, look after your blood sugar. That's important, your blood pressure, and just overall kidney health. Help to lower the risk of a simple UTI turning into something much more serious. Have you noticed, Dr. Amit, I'm not sure if you have or not, but are there any patterns in Cayman? Would you say that we're about average for the number of UTIs, or do we have a higher rate of infection from your own observations?
I don't see any, but yes, when I saw UTIs, I talked to people. They also recognize the fact that they're not attentive in having frequent water intake. I always give my example. So whenever I'm taking consultation, I have a bottle of water on by my side. So I say, if you're not keeping your bottle in front of your eyes, you're not going to drink it because you engaged
Mhm.
in a lot of work, your own physical work, or maybe you are doing some office desk work, you forget to drink water.
Yep.
So, and also frequent breaks, and you realize that going to bathroom is not an unnecessary thing. It is a necessary thing.
Mhm.
So we talk about hydration more often because we're tropical areas. A lot of people work outside who, especially the physical works they do, they get dehydrated very quickly. So they need to understand that they drink a lot of water. And also, this part of world, we have a lot of vascular diseases. Our kidneys, not only kidneys, you can see a lot of people having problem in the legs, ulcer, because they are the legs, the hands, they don't get enough blood. So it is only the external things that we notice. Also, the kidneys also get less blood supply because we have a high risk of peripheral vascular disease. That means your blood vessels gets affected pretty early in the age. And those patients are also, if they have UTIs, they get affected, that kidney gets damaged pretty quickly. So preventing UTI in these patients becomes paramount for us to make them understand, to make them notice the symptoms. That takes precedence over anything.
All right, folks. Very, very educational this morning, UTIs and kidney health in recognition of World Kidney Day, which is on Thursday, and the broader World Kidney Month. So take care of your kidneys. Yes, you do have 2 of them, and they seem to silently work very, very hard. But make sure that you know symptoms to be looking out for, and you're doing everything possible to keep those kidneys healthy, because you can't live without them. You do need them. And although they can, compensate if one is down, but still do your best to keep them as healthy as possible. Thank you so much, Dr. Amit and Shamari. Really good discussion this morning.
Definitely, Sandy, and thank you once again for having us on. And Dr. Mitt, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to
Thank you.
come on to educate. And Sandy, look forward to next week, and hopefully we'll have another W in the win column, and we can discuss the fact that, our WD-40 Hickeys are back on track.
Sounds good. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Dr. Amit. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Shamari.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a beautiful week. We'll see you next week. All right, folks. So World Kidney Day, I must tell you, I learned a lot this morning. I don't know why it never occurred to me that UTIs can impact your kidney. All right. Now it's occurring to me. Now I'm thinking about it. Drink more water. Yay. Good morning, Miss Marjorie. I'm trying with the water thing. I really am. But yeah, when it's hot out there, your body demands it. I definitely notice that when I'm outside, I'm running around. It's like, oh, I'm thirsty. And then I feel the need to drink, but stay hydrated. All right. So I got a tip. Someone says that there's an option to add a little thing to a dual nozzle to add to your bidet. Where does it pull the water from? It says fresh water. But where is it pulling this fresh water from? I need to read up on these things. I want to make sure I get one that's going to be healthy, because as the doc said, you don't want one that doesn't have, I guess, the option to control the pressure of the water and stuff, because you might be making things worse for yourself. Yay. Okay. All right, folks. So we do have some unfortunate news this morning on a number of different fronts. I'm sure you guys have seen it in the news that the case that we were talking about yesterday with Miss Octavia, unfortunately, even as we were having yesterday's program, we were getting messages that she had passed away. And I didn't think that it was really appropriate to share that during yesterday's show, because we were trying to focus on some of the issues that hopefully we can correct to put people in a better position when you find out, for example, that you've got a liver or kidney issue. We really need to start talking about the transplant very, very seriously. So we've reached out to the Ministry of Health and Wellness on that front. And we do have a quote actually from the minister that we're going to be integrating into a story later on today about the possibility of where we are with bringing transplants on board. So fingers crossed, folks, that we can get in better stead with some of these things. And there's other losses in the community, obviously, people dealing with quite a bit. So we want to just keep those individuals in our thoughts and prayers. I did see that Miss Celeste Broderick, who is well known for being a trendsetter in the world of pageantry here in Cayman, has also passed away. So we want to extend our condolences to Miss Celeste's family and friends on this occasion as well. So she was originally a Bush, and she was seen as a guiding force for the Cayman Islands pageant community for nearly 3 decades. And she passed away on March the 3rd. So, yeah, very, very sad. Her family's asking, Miss World Cayman has stated that family has asked that anyone who was mentored or hosted by Miss Broderick through the Miss Cayman Islands or Cinderella program share photos of her for inclusion in a visual tribute that they're going to be having. And you can send that to Nix, that's Nix Broderick at iCloud.com by the 12th of March. They want to include like a visual tribute and photo collage at her service. So please send those in. There's going to be a funeral mass held for her on Sunday, the 14th of March at 10:30 a.m. at St. Ignatius Catholic Church there in Walker's Road. A lot of people have been asking, what will happen to the children of Miss Octavia, and I don't really know. I'm assuming that they will have to go back home to Zimbabwe with their their family members. Very, very unfortunate situation, because these poor children have lost both parents, because their father, which was her husband at the time, he also passed away in 2019. So I think that was kind of why she moved here, is because he died there in Zimbabwe in 2019, and then she moved to the Cayman Islands, and she was working quite tirelessly as a single mother. So it's such a sad situation. So I don't know the logistics of anything, because I know some of you have been asking about, what's going to happen to the children, what's going to happen to the GoFundMe. I don't really know any of those things. People are wondering if the GoFundMe can be used to help the children. I don't really know. I don't really know a whole lot, I'll be honest, about GoFundMe, because it is something that's only available for people in the US who have American bank accounts. So anytime you see someone set up a GoFundMe, because sometimes people hear like, oh, Sandy, can you help me set up a GoFundMe? The one thing I do know is you can't set up a GoFundMe unless you have a US bank account, because it has to be linked. And I'm assuming then that means that you need to be either a resident or a citizen of the US to be able to, do all these things. And so, yes, I don't know I don't know how the rules work or anything like that, but I do know that there is a former coworker who started the GoFundMe on her behalf to try and get the necessary funds together. And unfortunately, she passed away before that was even possible. And I'm hoping, I saw one of the questions says, I hope that all the money raised in the GoFundMe is put in a trust fund for her kids, Cayman Mall Road. Can you find out if that is happening? I will certainly ask the question, but then I don't really know if, how easy it is to set up a trust in the US, and how any of that, quite frankly, is going to work. I do know that obviously there are medical bills that still need to be paid. Now, will Cayman First step up to the plate and actually pay those medical bills? Hopefully. I'm hoping. Because then that means that the funds that have been collected can be used, hopefully, to assist her children. So our condolences to the entire family. I know that her niece is here in the Cayman Islands as well. And, it's just an unbelievable situation. So her niece, Miss Karen, we're thinking about you and the entire family. And yeah, just very, very sad. So yes, I mean, obviously people think it'd be a great idea for the children to get the actual donation. So I will inquire and see if we can find out if that's actually the plan. Hopefully that can be done. And then like, how easy, like I said, is it to set up a trust fund for them? I'm assuming they have to go back to Zimbabwe. Like, who's going to manage it from there? Like, it's just logistically, there are obviously a lot of questions about how this would work, but hopefully there's someone there to assist the family in kind of putting it together. But do keep in mind that these things are, the next of kin really becomes the ones who are in control of a lot of this. That's why, when people were really upset about what was happening, I knew that some of the information they were not even aware of themselves, because once again, the next of kin is the one who the doctors are telling everything to, but not necessarily to everyone else for obvious reasons. And I see this happening in Cayman all the time. Family members critical of sometimes even medical professionals saying that, oh, they didn't do this and they didn't do that. And it's not so much that that's the case. It's that the next of kin hasn't, or even the patient themselves, if they're still alive, they haven't told them everything because they don't want to, I guess. And that's their prerogative. So, it's just one of those things. And if you don't have all the facts, then it is certainly hard to have an opinion about, who's doing what and what should be done and so forth. So just always keep that in mind, that if you're not the primary patient or in a situation where the primary patient is incapacitated, if you were actually not the next of kin, then you may not have all of the details that you think you have. Very, very sad situation. And we also have a friend to the show. I'm just hearing this one this morning, having lost a child that was sick. So I'm not going to say their name at this point in time, but, perhaps we will, I'm sure you guys will find out in due course, and perhaps we will say it at some point in time. But I just want you guys to know that we have a Caymanian family today that is also mourning the loss of a child just yesterday as well. So please keep them in your prayer also. So very, very difficult situation for quite a few families in Cayman at this time. All right. That's my poor stomach growling. Not sure if you guys heard it, but I just heard it. I'm having one of my episodes at the moment with my stomach. I think you guys know I have some form of IBS, right? So it comes and goes. And I think certain times it's definitely the diet and certain foods that my stomach just doesn't like. I try to stay away from spicy foods and stuff like that. But yeah, last night my stomach was not happy. And I'm thinking to myself, sometimes it can be stress, I know as well, that brings it on. But I was thinking to myself last night, I was in the middle of submitting something, and it did I get to 60 pages? If it wasn't a 60-page document, let me just put it this way, it was awfully close. Let me see. It is how many pages? It was awfully close to 60 pages. Oh, hold on. Oh, I see. My poor computer is confused about what screen I'm using. Okay, so it was 61 pages, a 61-page document that I've been working on. It's an application from, I've literally been sitting on it since last year. So shame on me, shame. This is my radio application. And I filled out like the first bit, and then I had to go through and put in the more important details. And I've been sitting on it for literally over a year. Don't ask me why. But I feel like, although procrastination is never really good, I do feel like the timing now is more ideal because we have got CMR TV, We've got content creators on board, and they're going to transition once we get the radio license, putting it out there in the ethers. Once we get it, positivity. We will be actually having their shows on radio as well. So that's going to be good. And yeah, so I feel much more prepared, like we're in the right moment at this time to submit it and to get it done. So I've done my formal submission. Yay. And now we'll just go through the process, because I'm sure they may come back with questions. And, you know, there's a lot of moving parts to starting our own radio station and rolling it out. And of course, we'll deal with the technical people and getting all those things done. We need money. So I've got to start working on my budget for that. But we're going to get there. You know, we are going to do it. That's right. CMR radio soon come. I'm excited, but I'm also the type of person who I'm like, okay, step number 1, step number 2. Like, I've got my plan of action and I'm just working my plan. So sometimes I accomplish things in life and I feel like I don't necessarily like take a moment to really sit in it and recognize what I've done, because then I'm like, okay, next project, or I got this to do, or I got that to do. And I think that it is important sometimes to kind of just breathe and recognize that your accomplishments in life matter, and you got to give yourself a little pat on the back. And, you know, other people are oftentimes doing that. And so you yourself have to, you know, give yourself grace and recognize, wow, I was able to do that. That's amazing. So, yeah. And there's another project that I've been working on, which is pretty much completed, that was pretty massive. And you'll see how that is tied in once I decide how to unveil that. You'll see how that has been tied into the whole radio thing as well. So everything is interconnected. Like, you do it in pieces, but then there's a broader interconnectivity that is actually happening behind the scenes as well. So I'm excited. It's exciting times right now. And yeah, we're getting a lot done, you know, working hard. And so there you go. Thank you, Miss Lucille. Extending condolences to all the families in Cayman right now, and even abroad, who are struggling with, you know, different difficult losses that they're experiencing. Strong Wilt being cheeky says, Auntie, check with Sherry Ann. What's going on? What's causing all these people that's dying? That's my 2 cents. Try and behave yourselves. You know, it's different reasons. Some people are just old age. I mean, and then other people, cancers, different types of diseases. So yeah, I mean, she's not a physician, not for nothing, but what a hot mess. Y'all are too funny. All right, big shout out to all of our beautiful seniors. Can we give them a big shout out and some love this morning to let them know that we appreciate them and their wisdom? I absolutely love the fact that they are oftentimes tuned in to the program here. Miss Blondell, hello, Miss Blondell. They're in East End, beautiful lady. She was under the weather recently, so I'm hoping that she's starting to shake off that cold that she had. And we also have Miss, hold on now. She always sends me a little morning greeting in the mornings. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my goodness. Miss, she's also from East End. Oh my goodness. Why can't I think of her name right now? Okay, it'll come to me in a second. Menopausal moment. I feel like the name which is escaping me also begins with a B. And unfortunately, that's the most that my brain is giving me right now. Okay. All right, brain, I see you. It'll come to me. Don't worry. Big shout out to all our seniors in East End. East End has a high number of seniors. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yes. Oh, and big shout out to my aunt. Some of you know her as Tops Adonia. I saw her over the weekend, and boy, she looks good. I can't believe she's 80. I was like, what? You know, some people are 80 and they look 80. And some people are 80 and they don't look or move like they're 80. She's in the latter category. I was like 80 already, but she's still moving around and spry as ever and doing her thing, which I love. So movement is important. Just keep moving, honey child. Do Tai Chi or something. Good morning, Faith and Hope. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Irvin says the brain fog is kicking in. Miss Bonnie, yes, Lavana, that's exactly who I was thinking of. Lord have mercy. You see, I knew the name began with a B and my brain just wasn't pulling the rest of it. Miss Bonnie, good morning to you there in East End. So good to have you. I know she's always tuned in every single morning listening. So big shout out to Miss Bonnie as well. And like I said, we've got a lot of, seniors that really love listening to the program. Some of them are shut-ins and they're like, Sandy, you bring a breath of fresh air to my mornings and keep me informed in terms of what's actually happening in the community. So I'm glad that we can do that. And boy, once we get the radio station launched and going, that means that you can listen to Sabrina Speaks on the radio. I'm still looking for a midday host. So if you know anyone who wants to do a midday show, it's going to be a community. The format is largely community-based radio, not so much like music. So we want talk radio, like all things came out. And so that's why a lot of the shows that we have currently, we are going to actually have on the radio as well. So the ones that we have on CMR TV, you'll be able to listen to those on the radio. So you can listen to the cooking show. You can listen to, so you can listen to all those things on CMR radio once that happens. So very, very exciting times. I'm excited to see it come to fruition. And if you're interested, if you've never thought about it, and you are interested in doing your own radio show. So some of you are not video people, so we have CMR TV, but you're thinking to yourself, no, I'm not a TV person. Like, I don't want to be, but maybe you're just a radio person. Like you want to do radio, then hit me up because, talk radio is a big thing. People love, especially in Cayman, they love them some talk radio. And so, yeah, we can talk to you about that possibility. And, oh, yes. Oh, sorry, Miss Stacy. I done forgot that already. So, yes, lots of things going on there. But yeah, we're going to build out the schedule and we're still looking for more talent and more individuals who are interested in being part of the CMR family. So, message me. We can certainly have a discussion and see if your vision aligns with what it is we are trying to do here on the platform, because you never know, and anything's possible. You never ever know. So exciting times ahead, and just really, really excited to even go through the process, to be quite frank and honest. No, someone said the radio station is up now. No. I was just saying that we've submitted our formal application, and so that will take time. How much time? I don't actually know. They don't actually know. It just depends. They're going to have questions. We have to do like, tower work and build out. We have to deal with the company that does all the engineering stuff to get us on the tower. And so we're months out for sure. My estimate's probably like maybe 5 to 6 months, but this year, the goal is this year for sure. So we're pushing ahead to have it launched this year. And I'm very, very excited. And of course, everything takes money, right? So y'all know me, by hook or by crook. Let me rephrase that. Because we ain't crooking nobody to do it. By hook or by hook, I don't know. But we are self-funding this. So in other words, we're not going to any banks or anything like that. We gotta find the money, honey. And so, so we get it done. All right, beautiful folks. Thank you so much. And sometimes I'm torn, like there's a situation right now that I am, like I want to share some of these success stories. I was talking to the CMR team last night with you guys. And then part of me knows that there's so many petty people out there who are always looking for a reason to have some petty-ish to say or whatever. And so another part of me is like, oh, don't share it because, you got those 1-2 frenemies like, oh, she thinks she's this and that. I was like, but my team said, so what? Who cares what they think? Just do you. And share your success stories because it's an inspiration to other people to let them know that you can get these things done. You don't have to be from, rich families, or you don't have to have a specific last name or anything like that to be able to accomplish your dreams in life. You can just work hard and have a good plan of action and make it happen. So, there we go. So I'm still thinking about how to do the unveiling. Maybe I'll do like just a virtual unveiling where we walk you through like video and we show it to you and stuff like that. I think that's maybe a good idea. Thank you so much, Strong Will. It says, Auntie, God spares your life, I think is what I'm supposed to mean. Spares you life? No, spares your life, right? Spares your life. Put God first and everything. Thank you so much. Marshall's in the house. What flu is going around now because both my grandsons home with me today with it. Oh gosh, it's always going around, honey child. You just got to be careful. Take some immune boosters and try to give your body as much of a fighting chance, but it's been knocking out a lot of people. Listen, I'm not going to lie. I've seen some people had it for 2 weeks and then turn around and got it again. I was like, what on earth? No, sir. I'm going to make a recommendation this morning. This was something that a friend of mine over Christmas bought for me and shared. And you guys know I believe in sharing the good news. There's this thing for it's like a liquid supplement. Let me show you what it looks like. And I don't take it every day, which I probably should. But if I feel a little bit run down, I then take it for a few days to kind of boost myself back up. But this is called, check this out. I don't know that anyone here in Cayman has it. I kind of don't think so. It's this total immune blend dietary supplement. It's not cheap, trust me, but it is worth every dime. So it says that it boosts your white blood cells, soothes respiratory tissue, strengthens immunity. It's got things like zinc in it, thyme, and other herbs for your respiratory airways, antioxidants to defend against oxidative stress, and zinc, which activates your immunity. The best thing you can take if you feel like you're coming down with something is actually zinc and not vitamin C. I know y'all swear by your vitamin C, but zinc is actually more effective at shortening these things and helping your body fight it than vitamin C. Yeah. Some people overdose in vitamin C, and all that does is upset your stomach because your body can't absorb the large doses anyway. So don't overdose on these vitamins because sometimes it's not really good for you. But anywho, This Vimergy is what it's called, is really, really good. So you can, it doesn't taste great. I bought some from my cousin in Tampa. She's like, ew, she's a nurse. She's like, ugh. But you can mix it with stuff. So you can mix it with like smoothies, juice and water. I just take it straight, honey chow. I use the dropper and I put it in a little thing and bloop, just take it straight. I've had worse tasting things, so I don't even stress about it. So yes, easy to mix, naturally delicious. It says, I wouldn't say that it's naturally delicious. That's not my personal opinion. I would say that it actually tastes kind of icky, but I know it's good for me. So, and a couple of times I've felt under the weather, and I have taken it like I've had a sore throat, and I took it right away, and boom, sore throat gone, back to feeling good. But don't forget now, there are certain things like that good old sleep that you cannot replace no matter what you do. So your body needs opportunity. I was so tired last night. I was actually falling asleep on the sofa. Your body needs time to recover and to rest. Because I've been working on my 61 pages, my 61 page submission last couple of nights, I've gone to bed really, really late. So I'm going to try to make up for it tonight. We're having dinner with some friends that are visiting. They actually have a place here. So, you know, they're back and forth, but yeah, we haven't caught up with them in a little while. So we're going to do dinner tonight. And then as soon as I get home, I'm going to be like, I'm out. Where's my pillow? I say that every night. Thank you, Miss Wanda. Says, congratulations on your new endeavor. Alfred says, long live CMR. Thank you so much. Alfred goes on to say, screw the haters. Do a grand unveil. Rub it in their faces. Don't hold you down. Can't hold you down. Aw. Aw. Modesty, though. Aunt Lottie was always about modesty. Don't be flashy, Sandy. Just be modest. Just go about your business. They'll eventually see it anyway, because sometimes that's all they do is be preying in people's business. Like, oh, what's she been up to? Because they ain't got nothing going on for themselves, honey child. I feel sorry for haters. I'm like, y'all need Jesus. Anyway, oh, they got 10% off right now. A brand promotion. This Vimergy it's like $50, so it's not cheap, but it is powerful. I'm just saying, it is awfully powerful. I like it. So I might have court today. I'm not even sure. My lawyers are not even sure. They're like, oh, we're not sure yet because other things is going on. So I just tell them, try to give me an hour because my tummy is really not that well today. So I got to mentally plan to be there. You know, tell me beforehand. Let me see now. So I've got something to tell you from Marlon's Garden. First of all, there are some amazing orchids. Big shout out to Miss Stacy. You know, I told you guys he had this beautiful garden. Marlon doesn't have time for the garden anymore. So sorry. But he has, a couple years ago, he bought a bunch of orchids to put out like on the porch and stuff. And he kind of low key did it because I was taking over his outdoor space. And I think he felt a way about that. Fair enough. But you know, orchids, you have to take care of them. You have to make sure that they're getting water and stuff like that. And I feel like he hasn't really had the time. But there's one particular one that sits on the table on the porch that Miss Stacy has been showing some TLC to. And I got to show you, it's in bloom right now. It is so beautiful. I went out there yesterday and I had to touch it to make sure it was real. I'm like, is this a real orchid? Or is this one of those fake ones that I bought? Because I buy fake ones and keep inside just to make the place look nice. And she's like, no, that's real. She's been dipping it in water, probably talking to it. I don't know. Giving it some really nice TLC. So look at how beautiful this is. I'm going to put up some pictures later on social. But isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. And when you touch the little leaves, They feel so nice. So there it is, looking pretty. So this is one of Marlon's orchids. I don't think the other ones are faring too well right now, but yeah. Mm-hmm. And they're really pretty. You notice the little frog thing in the background? That's one of his little things that he had in his garden. So there's something else I want to show you guys, which I don't think I've ever seen before. Does anybody know what this is? Look at this fruit and see if you can guess what this is. Shaka says, no willingness to go pirate radio. I don't even know what pirate radio, I mean, do they still have those? I don't know how they work, but you know, to be on a frequency here in Cayman, you definitely got to, you definitely have to apply and get a proper FM frequency. I'm not so sure you can do pirate radio here. I don't know, maybe, I have no clue. Can I get a wow for the orchid? Isn't it pretty? It is gorgeous. I mean, I literally, like I said, it fooled me for a second. I was like, is this real? And I touched it. I'm like, wow, this is real. It's so pretty. The blooms are gorgeous. Miss Sue says, beautiful. Wow, wish I had a green finger. I don't. Banana. It's actually not a banana. And that's what I thought too, Safinia. I thought those were the little, what we call botlas, or are botlas the same thing as the, what else do we call them? That's what I thought too, but they're not. They're fatter. They're actually quite fat. Oh, Belkis is onto something. She says they are Hawaiian bananas. Well, I've been told that they're Hawaiian plantains. They're like short and stubby, but they're quite fat. Anthony says Saba bananas. I don't even know what a Saba banana is. But Marlene told me yesterday that these are actually Hawaiian, Hawaiian plantains. And a friend of his here gave him a, I guess, how would you plant these? Hawaiian plantains. But I feel like, let me see. Hold on. Hawaiian plantains, short, thick, and large plantains with an orange, pink, creamy pulp, ideal for making crispy on the outside, soft on the inside, tostones, fries, and stews. So yeah, they are called Hawaiian plantains. And I've never even seen or heard of a Hawaiian plantain before. Apparently another name for them is Hopa. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, they're bottlers.
No, they're different. Apparently. I thought
they're the bottlers.
that
Thank you.
she said those are bottlers. But I've seen bottlers before. These are really, really thick. So they're shorter and thicker. And they're like a plantain. You don't eat them like a banana. So aren't bottlers like bananas? Like we eat them like a banana, we treat them like a banana. These are actually plantains. They're different. Yeah. I need to show you guys. Miss Stacy, bring me one or something. We have a bunch. So last year we had gotten some, and they unfortunately fell off of the tree. So they didn't quite make it. But yeah, these are, I think Anthony's right. There's another name for it called sopa or something. But yeah, these are actually plantains. You don't treat these like a banana at all. So here's what we're going to do. I think we have, Miss Stacy made porridge with some today because Marlon's like, oh, ask Miss Stacy to do a porridge, but you eat these like a plantain, not like a banana. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that we need to fry this up. Oh, Miss Stacy's gonna bring one. Come, Miss Stacy. Let me see. We're gonna fry this up like a plantain. Oh, you peel them already? You don't have one left in the thing?
I have a ripe one. Peel the green ones.
Oh, let me see. Yeah, let me see one ripe one. Yeah, so these apparently you treat like a plantain and you eat them like a plantain and you fry them. You can make tostones or just ripe plantain. And y'all know we love a ripe plantain around, yeah. But they are growing alongside the my plantain. That's why I think that makes sense that they're in the plantain family, because are they actually attached to my plantain tree?
Mhm.
They are.
Just one sucker.
One. I only have one little area, one little suckle or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to show you a live picture of these things because I'm fascinated by them. I got to tell you. So they're not, botlets are not this big. Like, look how big this is. It almost looks like it could be some other fruit, but they're big and thick. Now this one looks like it's like two kind of grew together. You see a little line there, but they are thicker. So the girth of it is pretty thick. But yeah, they're different. Very, very, very different. And they smell like a plantain too. There's a different smell between a plantain and a banana. So yeah, look at it. Isn't that cool? So we're gonna fry these up probably tomorrow because we're going out to dinner tonight. So we're not gonna fry anything tonight. But probably tomorrow, I think, fry one of these and see, does it taste like the regular plantain that we're used to, or does it have a different taste? That's what I want to know. So I will let you guys know. My first bunch of Hawaiian plantains. So fascinating. And they're attached to my regular plantain tree. Because you see, Marlon, you know how they have this book about love languages and how people show you that they love you. He's not the flashy person. So he's not the guy who's gonna buy you a big whatever. That's not really him. But he's like I think it's acts of service. So he knows how much I love plantains. So he plants me a plantain tree so that I can have my own plantains whenever they're in season. I've been cussing and carrying on about a local mango tree forever because we have a big, that's East Indian mango tree. And when that bears, everybody loves the East Indian mangoes but me. I don't eat them. I'm like, nope, that's not my cup of tea. Give me my little common mango with some salt and pepper, occasionally some vinegar, and I'm down for it. So he planted one for me. And last year we got like 3 or 4 off of it. And this year, it is full of buds this year. I am so excited to get what I think is going to be a full batch of mangoes, Cayman, small common mangoes. I cannot tell you. When I saw the tree the other day with all the buds, I was like, oh my gosh, it's very close to the plantain tree, but it seems to be getting a lot of water and enough vitamins and stuff next to the Jamaican apple tree. So I'm just excited. I am just here for it. Summer is going to be so good. And I already see other trees around the island already starting to bear fruit. Like they have, small mangoes on them already. So I'm very, very excited. Yes, Miss Marjorie says, treat them like you would any other plantains. Strong Will says, that's not nice, Auntie. Poor Marlon, you're killing out Miss Stacy. She's doing housework and doing gardening. Same time, kaboom to Miss Stacy. And Marlon, Auntie, you don't get the credit this time. I'm not trying to take the credit. But Miss Stacy, tell him he must water his other orchids, and he just don't have time for that. So big shout out to Miss Stacy. She's been helping with the orchids, but they're so beautiful when they're in bloom. I must tell you, I love seeing a good orchid or any plant really that has a pretty flower or pretty bloom. All right. Miss Vanessa says maybe a different one. There's one called apple bananas. That's totally different. This is definitely not an apple banana. Omiria says, nope, they're not botlets. They eat very good green, fried green. They are very smooth. Oh. Botlets, you have to fry them like plantains. You do? I thought botlets we just eat like, what's the little small bananas that we have? Aren't those botlets? Y'all confusing me now. But no, these apparently they're plantains. It's so funny how they kind of look like a banana, but not really. They look like what we call frog banana. Miss Stacy should know. They're not a frog banana either. They're not bottlers. They kind of look like, Alfred, you're right in a way. If you've never seen a plantain before, you'd kind of say they kind of look a little bit from the side like a papaya. Yeah, a little bit. But, you know, because we're plantain eaters, they actually do look like a short, stubby plantain. Yeah, they're cousins to the regular plantain. But we're going to fry them and see how they taste. Saba bananas. Let me look up this Saba banana thing and see. Apparently, they're very sweet. Miss Stacy said they are very sweet, maybe even sweeter than a regular plantain. And then I've looked online. Here's a picture that says these things are called Hawaiian plantains. Foodies, it says, got this Hawaiian plantain recently. Now it's ripe. So let's look at this picture. And this looks like exactly what they are. So I haven't tasted it yet, but I'm definitely going to have some fried later, tomorrow maybe. Yep. Never tried this before. When I Googled it, it said it's much sweeter than the regular plantain and can be eaten raw like a banana. Huh. I just wanted to eat it raw like a banana with sour cream. Ew. A banana or plantain with sour cream. Okay, to each his own. I didn't imagine those two together, but okay. But wanted to see if any of you have had this before. How do you eat it? I really don't want to fry it, to be honest. I did find out it's extremely nutritious, high in fiber and vitamin A and C. Some of the comments, this person says, funny thing is, I lived in Hawaii for years, married a Hawaiian. No one ever liked those like a regular sweet plantains here. In fact, they could never grow regular plantains there at all. They usually boil these. It's called a it's more of a Filipino thing. Enjoy. Oh, maybe your Filipino friends are familiar with these. So this person says you can probably bake it with butter, brown sugar, and maybe cinnamon like a sweet potato. Yeah, I guess you could do that with a plantain, but doing a plantain like that, Cubans call it temptation plantains. I may try this Hawaiian plantain like that. Another person says slice it with a dip of coconut oil in the pan, tiny bit of cinnamon, and then switch sides, serve, and pour on sour cream. So basically, when they say slice it and dip it in coconut oil, they're frying it. Then they're adding cinnamon. But sour cream and plantain? Is this a thing with a ripe plantain? Lord Jesus, why? Or is that a green plantain? Maybe sour cream makes more sense with a green plantain. Okay. Another person, Zamara, says, I've had it green as tostones. Honestly, better than regular plantain tostones. Really? Okay. Another person, Anita, says, I had banana and sour cream, a dairy meal for those kept or who are trying to keep kosher. Okay. Another person says, green Hawaiian plantains make the best tostones. Give it a try. Huh. Wow. We're going to try it ripe. And then I think Miss Stacy cut up the green ones. So we have some green that we could totally do tostones with as well. But then, you know, when I start to think about tostones, I need certain things like beans. You go into Spanish mode. Tostones, can I have some beans to go with that? Some, what do we want? Like the thin slice pork or meat. Lord have mercy. Y'all got me thinking about food again. All right. So anybody had these before? I did not even know that we had these in Cayman Islands, but yes, we do. That sour cream foolishness must be some white person concoction. This is what one of our listeners said. Oh my God. I don't know. I'm here thinking about sour cream. You're so funny. I'm here thinking about sour cream with tostones, maybe? I don't think it would go well with ripe plantains. No. That can't work. All right. Let me see. Botlas, you fry as they're too steamy to eat like a banana. Do they look like this? If they do, they are Hawaiian plantains. Yes. You have them at home, Awa? Oh, do they sell these in the store? That's exactly what they look like. I have never seen these things in my life before. I'm in awe of the things that you just don't see. So they are Hawaiian plantains. Here's a Juniperi or something, a brand here. Is this sold in Cayman? Yep, that's them. Here's a picture that this person has just shared. Looks like right out of their kitchen. That is definitely them. Mm-hmm. We're in a mystery hunting here today. See, there it is. That's them. Yep. Miss Sandy, bottlers are used for porridge or fried like a plantain. Sounds like you need to have a gardening show so you can learn some plant info. Small bananas are called apple bananas. Yeah, I think we have another name for the little apple bananas too, though. But yeah, this is definitely this Hawaiian plantain. At my first house, I had 3 of those trees. I love them. I found the taste to be kind of the same, just fat like me. Oh my goodness. Mhm. Oh, Lord have mercy. What are you saying? Oh, we got a police tip here for them. So this is the second crop that we've had. Let me just see here. I think I'm long overdue to visit to your house. Can I get a wow for that orchid? I know. All right, so the Popo said that they're looking for the driver. Did you guys see this article yesterday? I know we're switching gears here, but I'm going to tell you why we're switching gears. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Miss Sandra.
Yes, what's your verdict on what this is?
It's beautiful day in the Cayman Islands.
Oh my gosh, is it not? It is gorgeous. I'm going to start doing my show outside.
We are so blessed, Sunday. Anyway, my take on those, I usually buy them from the farmer's market. If I go there and find them instead of plantains, I buy them.
Really?
They're my first choice. Yes.
Wow.
You can slice them just like how you slice the green plantain and fry them, and they are softer, smoother, and to me have a wonderful, delicious taste. I didn't know what they were. I found them at the farmer's market, and the Filipinos explained to me and told me they were close, because I knew they wasn't bottlers. I raised up with bottlers. And some people say that bottlers isn't nice. If you get a bottler between young and fit, like you get some of them fit that they're ready to write. No, when they're pretty young, that's when the bottler is nice to boil, like how you would do a green banana. It's nice to boil like that, or you can fry it also. When you boil it, the bottler comes out really soft and nice, just like a soft banana. But they are the guys at the farmers market told me their name, but I don't remember. It's like what a man from West Bay say. I don't know the name. I eat it. So I know that much that they are very, very nice. And trust me, I have banana and plantain in my yard, and if I could get a plant of them, I would be very happy.
Well, I'm going to ask Marlon to help you out, because that's his expertise. He knows about grafting and planting and all that good stuff. So Because like I said, I know a friend gave this to him, and they have one out north side, closer to East End way, I think. So yeah, so we're gonna
Usually them trees, Miss Sandra, you plant one
Mhm.
and it shoot out a lot around them after.
Mhm.
It shoot out a lot of young trees,
Yeah.
usually. Anyway, what I really called about, I don't know if many people know, but the 1GT is now hiring.
Oh, already?
Yes, they are planning to open April, and they've been doing a hiring. You know, the building, artillery court, I think it's called. It's right across me from Phillips Electrical. It's right across there. That building, the building on your left hand side. They are interviewing people that walk in. I think Mondays was walk-ins, you know, with once you carry but you can go in a day and carry your resume. Once your resume is in order, you go and carry it, and they will call you for an interview. But I don't know if many people know about it. I see people coming and going there, but not as many as I think should. But they are trying to hire as many Caymanians as possible. So people that say that they don't have no job, I mean, they need everything that a hotel would need. I know many people that already got jobs there. So, you know.
Okay. I think nobody knew about it because I certainly hadn't heard about it. So thank you for sharing.
Well, that's what I thought, because I haven't heard you say anything about it. But they are planning. Some people already start working there.
Oh, wow. I honestly didn't know that they were that close to completion. I mean, it sounds like they're done.
Yes, ma'am. Some people is on training right now, and they have a place set up there at Artillery Court. You go inside the building, and I think it's upstairs, and they are accepting. They are accepting resumes and calling up people for interviews.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for letting us know this.
You're very welcome, and have a beautiful and wonderful day. Everyone on our 3 islands, be blessed.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Wow. Okay. So 1GT folks hiring. Didn't know that. That's fantastic. And the caller's absolutely right. There are a number of Caymanians who are unemployed who said that they're looking for work, and some do have hospitality experience. So there you go. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. Is this Sandy?
Hi there. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Good morning, Sandy. This is Animals, and I hear that you're listening to your show, and I can hear that you're very intrigued about this Hawaiian plantain.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Well, let me tell you my experience with the Hawaiian plantain, and I hope it helps. A neighbor of mine brought me about 5 of them the other day, and they were just about ripe. And I just left them for 1 more day so that they would be totally ripe. Never saw them in my life before, never tasted them before. But like you, I was totally intrigued. They're short, fat. They look like a banana, but it's not a banana. However, my experience with them, I fried them because they were too soft to bake. So I fried them. What I found that if you fry them, you cut them a little bit thicker than you would an ordinary plantain, because the middle is very soft. So instead of cutting them, say, 1/4 of an inch, cut them 1/2 an inch thick. And you got to watch them closely, because no matter how low you put the fire, they will burn easily. But I found that they were they would go crisp quickly. They were sweet. I mean, between 2 slices of bread, they made a perfect sandwich. and they are sweet. If you got high blood pressure or diabetes or anything like that, I wouldn't suggest eating more than 2 slices because it's very, very sweet. But like I said, that was my experience on a very, very low fire. If you're frying now, when he gets more, he's going to bring me more. Then I'm going to try baking them, but not waiting until they get so ripe. But they are delicious. They beautiful, beautiful. They're about the size of, looking at my milk jug at the moment, I'm just having breakfast. They were about the size of my milk jug and about the height of my milk jug. And they're delicious.
Wow. Well, thank you so much for that information. I'm gonna fry these tomorrow. I really appreciate it.
Just don't,
So fry them, cut them thicker, and then watch them carefully.
Watch them carefully at very low fire.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, my darling. I appreciate it.
Yeah, enjoy.
All right. Thank you so much. I think it's so amazing that there are things that can grow here that we don't even know. When we talk about food sustainability and stuff, I mean, lots of things can grow in this temperature and in our soil and in this climate. So, wow. All right, let's help the police out. They are looking for the driver of a vehicle that crashed on, that would have been Sunday night there by the yacht club there in West Bay Road. I was taken aback by that accident because it is quite an accident. Someone has now identified the driver for us. So let me tell you who that's supposed to be. Let me just show you the footage first, because quite a few people sent through footage and I'm just like, wow, crazy, absolutely crazy. Y'all need to do better with the driving. Seriously. But this, when I saw this, I'm like, this is not a regular accident. This is like speed, drinking and driving, stupidity, something going on here that would be considered extraordinary. And they hit a little Honda Fit. That Honda Fit looked like it did better than the car. Now, help me out, you car enthusiasts. Here's a picture of it. This vehicle, someone said, is an R8. What is this R8 car? What kind of fanciness and the fancy name of Jehovah here? What kind of fancy car this is? What's an R8? Which is that? A Mercedes, a BMW? Is that the little one that I had my eyes on the other day? Mercedes makes no, I think that's another one. That's a Mercedes. Oh gosh, what did Taylor tell me that sports car was? I saw one the other day. I think this one's a BMW now that I'm thinking about it. I saw this nice fancy sports car the other day that I absolutely loved. Let me tell you what it is. Oh, that one's a GT53. Ooh, honey child. Why y'all making Auntie look at these things for and get ideas that she should be driving around in this GT53? Yes, sir. I'm like, here we go. I messaged Taylor. I'm like, Taylor, this is a beautiful car. But I kind of feel like this it's a Mazda R8. BMW makes a sports car. Not BMW, Audi. I'm confusing all these cars now. Audi makes one that is hold on. Now, when I saw this car in the showcase the other day, I was like, what in God's name is that beauty? It is an Audi. Oh man, I can't remember now. I can't remember that. What was it again? R something or T something or something. But anyway, gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, this is a Mazda. Audi makes an R8? That's what I kind of thought. So this is the Audi? No. OMG. OMG. Are you kidding me? That's an expensive car. He mashed up this car? Lord God. I saw one of these. Oh my God. Is this the one that I actually saw? Was it all black? Hold on. Let me back up. I'm going to find out if this is the one I saw in the showcase. And they were like, yeah, girl, that already sold. Hold on. Let me just ask. Is that the one I saw in the showcase? Because I saw it and I thought it is such a beautiful car. Like, I was like, yeah, I'll take that. Thanks very much. Is it like a black matte finish? I'm trying to remember it now. Okay, let me pull one up online. Because, yeah, one day I was walking by Cayman Bay and I looked in the Audi showcase and I saw this car and I was like, I messaged Taylor and I said, Taylor, this car is beautiful. Tell me about it. And he laughed. He's like, girl, you got expensive tastes with these cars. It's like a $200,000 car. Yes. And I was like, please. I'm like, when all mortgages are paid off and I don't have a single mortgage left, then we can look at this car. But I like the GT53 too, the Mercedes. Damn, he mashed up this car? No, sir. Okay. So the police, this is the car now. You can't even identify what the hell this is. Wow. Okay. Let me show y'all the video of, we got several pieces of video. Now, some of y'all have got to do better. I don't really pressure you because, you know, you're sending in your video footage and bless your little hearts. We appreciate it. However, can we ask you to step up your game? Because some of you are sending in footage that is not even usable. The camera be at all sorts of angles and turned and twisted. And I'm just like, huh? Well, what am I supposed to do with that? Keep the camera. Better yet, get a dash cam. Because then you guys can, you know, you can have the proper dash cam footage. All right, let me show you this one now. Hold on, honey child. We got two. One is better than the other one. So this one's pretty good. Look at this. Lord God, how in the Lord's name did this happen? And look like the R8 mashed up more than the Honda Fit. I mean, no star. Her parts are all over the place. Whoa. Look at ya. Days on pace. Tell me that Honda Fit had a dash cam and her that caught all this foolishness. Oh, yes. Oh. But man, that R8, damn. No, son, look at that. Where's the engine? Wait, what the what? Oh, my God. That car is, when we say mashup, we're not kidding. So the police are looking for the driver of this car. It can't be that hard. Police, really? Here's another video. This one is not quite as good. There's a police running to shoot, I guess. Look at that. Right as you're coming in. Wow. No stop. Damn. Oh my God. Oh, the engine is in the rear of the car. Okay. Well, you gotta love the music in some of these videos, right? Andrew says the Honda Fit comes out fit for a change. Trust and believe me. Saw the Fit yesterday. It's a wreck. This whole situation is a wreck. But let's talk about the R8 driver who the police are now looking for. How the hell do you involve yourself in such an accident and then you decide to leave the scene of the accident? Really? So police are looking for the driver after this crash. And what we know who the driver is, so we can help the popo out here now. My sources have revealed that the driver of this Audi R8, his name is James, is it Logan or Lagan? Lawyer and developer of Lacovia, which is under construction. He didn't even check on the other driver before he fled the scene. He was drinking and driving, allegedly. Someone who dated him briefly. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh, shit. Sorry. Hold on. I need to find him. All right. Not surprised that it's a DUI. Let me see what he looks like. Oh, let's get his picture before he starts scraping it from the internet. What's with these lawyers? Why are they always drinking? Ooh, he's not a bad looking guy. Oh, honey child, why you got a problem with the liquor bottle? I mean, what's going on? You want to talk to Auntie about it? You look young enough. Director and founder at Bronte Property Group. Commercial litigation. Ooh, child, you can need a good. He used to be an associate at Maples for 3 years. He left there back in 2005. Bronte Property Group. So now he's on his own after he got status, no doubt. Came here from Greater Sydney area. Oh, God. Why is it always the Australians? They got a problem with liquor. Remember the other Australian guy who knocked down those 2 tourists after drinking all day? Are y'all stressed out about something in Australia? I mean, you're here in the beautiful Cayman Islands now, so there is like literally no reason for you to be drinking and driving. Call a taxi. Oh my gosh, he's actually a pretty good looking guy, I must say. Well, permit me, Sir James, to what led you from law into the construction and real estate business? Money. Easy money. Lots of liquor. Oh, Lord have mercy. These people. So he's a Cereba sales agent. Lord Jesus. A sales agent at the agency real estate. Is he still there? Oh, that picture's gone. So maybe he's not there anymore. He's doing his own thing now, it looks like. Wow. 4 months ago, we are thrilled to announce that James Lagan, a visionary in luxury real estate, will be featured speaker at Exploring the Caribbean 2025. Is that him now? Oh, God, he's not aged particularly well. Never mind. He was cute when he was younger. This new picture, okay, I guess. He looks all right. But the younger picture, I'm like, a little bit of eye candy going on there. Bro, what the hell? Why are you leaving the scene of an accident? What is wrong with you? Oh my God. I need a newer picture of him. Hold on. Trying to find one. Give me a second. Hard at work. I'm going to find a better picture because those seem a little bit dated. Who the hell is Bronte? I've never even heard of these people. Bronte, talking about meet the team. Oh, he's using an older picture. So Bronte, we have finance director, operations manager, Catherine, Nick Taylor. Who the hell is Nick? The only Cayman in they have there is a business services manager, Troy Thomas. Hey, Troy. Big shout out to yourself. Boy, Cayman got more real estate than Quaker got oats. Wow. So you leave the scene of an accident. You don't even check on the people that were just involved in the accident. Are you serious? No. Ooh, honey child, you gotta do better. So the police are looking for you. Police, his name is James. This should have been easy given the type of car, because not everybody drives that kind of car. James Lagan, that's who you're looking for. Let's tell the popo. I'll send it to Kurt Walton right now. The driver, allegedly. Pull your cameras. Audi R8. Damn, if he can afford that, he need to do better. Okay. I know. Andrew keeps reminding me I'm married. I know. Happily married. But that don't mean that you can't look at a little eye candy here and there. It admit that it's eye candy. Handsome. Woosa. Well, let me see if he's on Facebook. Let's do some pre. Oh yeah, let's look at him. James. Is it Lagan or Lagan? How does he pronounce it? Let's have a look. Is he on Facebook? I don't see him on there. Okay. Anyway, Popo, now you know who you're looking for. Wow. I'm really surprised, James. I don't know you, but to be a lawyer and do something so stupid, I'm surprised he could even get out of that car and run off like he did. Does he live in the yacht club area? I mean, somebody had to pick him up if he doesn't live in that area, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Diana's like, Miss, you gonna show him or, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I am sitting here looking at this man and forgotten that you guys haven't even seen him. Lord Jesus. Hold on. You know that is just so wrong, girl. This is a tiny picture. Oh, there he is. Yeah, that one's it's kind of blurry, so I'm trying to find a better one of him. But yes, girl, I'm here drooling after the man's car and him in his younger days. All right, give me a second. So, yeah, the police should know who he is. Why are they asking us for help for when they know who he is? Cha. They're taking us for fools. Go pick his ass up. All right, let me see. I think this is the black and white version. So this one, the quality is a little bit better. But I think he actually looks differently now, unless this isn't him. So they did this announcement where they were announcing him as a guest speaker. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys this picture. And you tell me if that looks like the same guy. Because low key, that kind of doesn't really look like him, but it's hard to tell. I mean, I guess since they were featuring him, that would be him. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to show you. He's now got a full beard, salt and pepper hair a little bit. Okay. So help me out here. This is the black and white picture. See, not a bad looking guy there. But is this him in this photo? This is a screen grab. Hold on. Okay. Let me show you. Is that him there? Let's look. Him. Is that the same guy? He looks different with the full beard. But is that him? Him, question mark, him, question mark, him, question mark. I don't know. Is that him? No, you don't think that's him? Here, he is still a real estate agent. So he has his own real estate company now. Is that what he's doing? Anyway, James, the police are looking for you. Go turn yourself in, Bobo. I mean, they need to do something about people who leave the scene of an accident. I think that should be, I know it's an offense. It is an offense, but it should be considered a very, very serious offense. Because why are you leaving the scene of an accident? Not for nothing, but I'm just asking. Okay. James, why did you leave? Were you afraid that blood alcohol test was going to show something? That is him? Ooh, I need an updated photo then, because he sure looks different. So is he with the agency? Because looking him up, he seems to have some connections with the agency. Is he with them, or which real estate? He goes to the gym. Which gym is that? Oh, I need to get back in the gym, honey child. All y'all sexy people be up in the gym. Oh my God. AMAC says compliments don't hurt. Plot twist, the R8 reported stolen. You see? He is the owner of the agency? No way. Are you kidding me? The agency. Oh my God. You can't afford a driver when you out getting all sauced up? Honey child, what the hell is wrong with you? Ooh, let's go pre on the agency's website. Let's look at the team. Oh yeah. Wow. Let me see. View profile. Who's this guy? Is that him? Yeah, no, that's Stefan Cohen. Oh, never mind. Stefan Cohen. Why does his name sound familiar? Did he used to be with Barreau and them at one point? Oh, the ever beautiful. This is what's her name, sister, Flora Coleman. That's Natalie and what's my neighbor, Danielle's sister. They all look alike. They're so pretty. They really are pretty. We have Ali or Ali Power. We have, but where the hell are we getting these people from? Boz, Nosa, Cody, Moore. Oh, Cody's handsome. Okay, mess with you, Cody. Big shout out to Kristen Alexander. Woo, woo. At least we got one Caymanian in the bunch. She was my, she was my real estate agent, but she represented the other party in a transaction a couple of years ago. Very professional. I'd recommend her. Jude, who? Who the hell is Jude? Oh, she's sexy. Check out Jude's outfit. Girl, say what? If you were selling property based on your sexiness, she must be the top salesperson there. Let's look at her. Oh my God, these people come in bringing the vibe. Jude is like, I'm going to wear the sexiest outfit possible because that's going to get me $1 million sale. Look at that. Yes, sir. She looks like a Barbie doll. She looks like a Barbie doll. Mess with you, Jude. I see it. Our Kristen is professional looking and still beautiful. She's a beautiful girl. She was Miss Cayman. Do you guys remember that? Let me see now. We got Mona. Who the hell is this one? Sam. Oh, there he is. There he is. That is him. James, you look different, bro. Agent and advisor. So he actually owns the agency. What's up, me? Can I WhatsApp you? They have a WhatsApp me thing integrated into the website, and then it says typically replies within a day. Ooh, James. Let's get the new picture. Because, you know, we'll post that up when the popo eventually arrests you for leaving the scene of the accident. Uh-huh. Okay, so he looks different. Some people don't age as well as others. I'm just saying. Somebody says he's dirty rich. Ooh, is he just dirty? Or is he rich and dirty? Look at him. There he is. Oh, hi, James. Hello. How are you? Oh, that's British accent. How do the Australians speak? I can't do the Australian one. So you love to take fancy cars. Are you related to Mario Rankin? Because he does the same thing. One too many drinks and God knows what else. We're hearing stuff about a particular white lady in your life. And I don't mean white as in her skin color. Wow, James, what gives? You mash up this car? Let's look at it again. Damn! No, sir. He looked better when he was younger. Like here, he's like totally cute. Hair, okay. Not really my cup of tea here. But here, definitely. What a mess. AMAC says, blame it on the... How does that song go? Let me drink my water. Alcohol. Blood alcohol mitigation. I like that term. So he leaves and makes that level go down. So when they eventually get him, oh no, I wasn't drinking. We need dash cam footage. Get your bloody dash cams. By the way, My cousin got in an accident last night. She's okay. The car was parked. What is it with you guys now in parked cars? Can I just say, like, what the hell? She was at the new Al Kebab location, and not for nothing, but I love me some Al Kebab. But I must tell you that that location just no bueno. They need to pave that parking lot. They need to figure it out. But apparently they've sold the land where Al Kebab was before. And so now they have this new property by this new location by Country and Western. And it's a little bit confusing. The other one, people kind of more or less parked like the same direction. I think with this one, people parking all over the place and they're simply not paying attention. So look at what happened to her as she was parked there trying to get a little Al Kebab sandwich. Look at this. Scraped up the whole side of her car, took off the mirror, everything. Lord Jesus, what on earth? Not paying attention. What? Y'all can't drive. She was like, girl, that dash cam paid for itself already. No, sir. Andrew says, well, I'm sorry, because Auntie just exposed him and his celebrity status. Better get a boat and run to Cuba. Oh, sorry, Jamaica. Trump soon invade Cuba. You're too funny. Right. Strong Will says, Auntie, you still helping these lazy popo again? Stop it, Strong Wilt. Yes, I'm here to help in any way that I can. You know the guy who was allegedly scratching for fleas and or masturbating? I'll take masturbating for 500, Alex. They needed the person who videoed it to come forward and help them because, you know, they need a statement to be able to prosecute. I think they kind of know who the guy is anyway, but they need statements to do it the right way. And they said, can you reach out to him and see if he'd be willing to help us? And I said, okay. And he said, yes. So thank you to all the good citizens who are willing to assist the police. Hopefully they still get it right. He won't be staying in East End for sure. Look for him on 7 Mile Beach, says Sujit. I bet you he lives somewhere close to where the accident happened. RMR says he will say the vehicle was stolen. Mm-hmm. Not for nothing, but this is what they do. They either claim it was stolen or somebody else was driving. That's why we need the CCTV cameras all over the place, because those cameras can look right in your car and see who was driving. So come on, Popo, get on it. And if he was behind the wheel, plus it sounds like eyewitnesses saw him. You know, the people who were involved in the accident saw him get up and run away. Yeah, so he goes to the gym, very big on his cars and personal physique, dirty rich. Personal physique. I wonder who his friends are. Suspicious. Amax says, yep, the eyes are the same. Gabby says, I hear the lawyer and my mind automatically goes to drinking and drugs because why run? I hear lawyer, my mind, yeah, right? Yeah. Not a good look there. What's his name? James? Andrew says his daddy. Yep, the hairline, says Jen, that's him. No other man is handsome like your husband. Aw. Well, I'll give that other people can be handsome. Well, being handsome is not enough. Speaking of handsome, Eddie Thompson. Hello. Eddie just leveled up with his profile picture. I had to laugh when I saw it because I was like, Eddie, you look so handsome. So Eddie updated his profile picture. He looks like he is very professional. I mean, look at this picture. You guys know Eddie. He's a great architect. If you need architectural designs, go check Eddie out. But when I saw this, you know, as we age, I feel like having age-appropriate pictures makes sense, professional photos and stuff. Look at this. Doesn't he look very demure? I mean, he just looks so good here. Eddie, I love it. It's a good look. I love the suit. I love the tie. I love how you're going gray naturally. You're not trying to hide it, you know. You look so nice and mature. Yeah. Colonel Sanders' cousin, still looking better than Colonel Sanders, though. But there's Eddie looking very demure. Nice. I saw that. I was like, oh, what? Did I give you a like? Hold on. Make sure. Oh, yes, I did like it. James Whitaker is so funny. He says, yes, sir. Vote Eddie T 2029. Ms. Donna Myrie says, so handsome. Beto said, I'd vote for this guy. Even Peter says he's been hiding all this time. Looking good, my friend. Oh, Ozzy came with a good one. Ozzy says, is that a Mike Adam lookalike, bro? Or is it AI at it again? Laughing out loud, distinguished looking gent for sure. Yeah, I like it. It's a nice photo, Eddie. Nice photo. And you can tell Eddie's not doing Botox because he still has a little frown thing there going on. So no Botox for him. That's all natural. Oh my gosh. Good day, mate. Oh yes, good day, mate. Is that how they say it? Good day, mate. Carrie in the house says, as all rich expat whites do, they will report the car stolen. He'll get off, no charges whatsoever. Popo, find the footage. You see, this is the other reason. If the Honda Fit had a dash cam in it, it would have shown how the accident happened, who was at fault. Don't make him pay you off just because he's rich now, honey child, because he could have killed you. And I'm willing to put my money in the fact that he was at fault here. I'm just saying. If I was a betting woman, I would go $1,000, Alex, for he was at fault. But your dash cam would have caught him leaving the scene of the accident, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, not just because I'm selling them now, because the reason why I'm selling them is because y'all need them, clearly. But these dash cams are an amazing investment. Taxi drivers, y'all need them because it has that internal camera. People be doing stuff in your taxi, it'll catch them too. Strong Will says I need to check him out for loan. Abba says same crazy eyes. Andrew says, remember the song Blame It on the Rain? Was it raining on Sunday? Debbie says, it just triggers me that most of these real estate agents are dominant in the industry. Caymanians don't have a chance. Here's a prime example of the riffraff we import and become millionaires overnight. The immigration reform bill needs to be executed immediately. Lord Jesus. So that is him. Wow. Okay. Armiria says, Sandy needed that. Girl, what's up, me? Yes, you can. We've got stock. Not a problem. I'm telling you that they're literally paying for themselves in no time. One incident, and you're thankful that you had it. I'm still trying to get the video of the guy eating in the car, eating a whole plate of food, yamming it down, and trying to drive in 5 o'clock traffic. All right. We are looking for an owner of a Toyota Land Cruiser who scraped up, a Prado. Which one is Prado? It's a white Prado that scraped up a vehicle. I'm going to show you this one. There in West Shore Plaza over the weekend. Let me just show you. It was caught on camera, but you can't quite make out the license plate. If anybody knows someone who drives a white Prado, and I feel like you could almost zoom in and catch the license plate number here. But this car, let me just show you what this car did. Coming out of a spot, because these people clearly cannot drive to save their lives, scraped up this man's Mercedes. $10,000 repair bill. So let's help us. Let's help find the driver of this car. Give me a second. I got some footage here. Let me just see now. Okay. Right. Okay, let's see. We got the footage. Oh. Apparently I need to request it because it's a different email address. All right. All right. So we do have the footage of how they scraped up the man's car. And The person who was in the Honda Fit says, I was the one in the Fit. Tell him I'm coming for everything he has. Keep it anonymous. Tell that R8 driver to learn how to drive. Got man in the hospital because he wanted to play hopscotch and jump the median. Effing idiot. Oh my God. Did he really jump the? Oh my God. Ooh, this sounds like a case for Recover. I'm going to send this to Tiz over Recover right now. Here you go, Tiz. That's your next case for you. Highfalutin lawyer. You know them people, they're not afraid of them lawyers. Lawyer. Hold on. I'm going to send her the full details. Here's the driver. Go get your coins, boy. Make him pay for that shit. That's right. I'm going to help you out here. Here's who you're looking for. If you had any sense on the civil side, you would actually settle with these people. Lawyers, boy, I tell you, some of them not easy. Go get him. The only thing is, with an R8, him driving the R8 and you driving a Honda Fit, I mean, he'll replace your Honda Fit, but he can only replace it for the value of the vehicle. So now, of course, all of your medical bills, make sure that's why you want to reach out to Recover, because all of your medical bills and stuff, you are entitled to have those covered. So this is where you got to be smart now. Don't try to do this on your own. Have the lawyers do it because they can squeeze them for every single bill you gonna get coming your way. And I don't know how serious your injuries are, but you know, don't play around with it because you might have injuries, things that you don't feel right now that are going to be coming down the pipeline. That's why you have lawyers deal with it. Speaking of that, there was another one a couple months ago, another rich person living down in the yacht club area. Remember our friend who tried to sue CMR, or he did sue CMR, Blake Ducharme or something his name is. Remember him? Tried to sue us, but he crashed a speedboat, multi-million-dollar speedboat. And he was recently involved in an accident. Yeah, Blake Edward Ducharme, I think is how he pronounces it. Well, he recently was involved in an accident where he nearly killed somebody. Can we have the owner of the Honda Fit call Recover? She said she not heard from them yet. You guys are the ones who need to call them. Y'all call them now because they need to start collecting evidence and getting CCTV footage. I'm going to send this to her friends over at Everything 345 to say, have them reach out, Bobo. What a mess. Let me see. Okay. Okay, hold on. I should have the footage now. I'm going to check again. Let's see here. So we need some help finding the driver of this white Prada. They were there in this plaza over the weekend. So maybe you didn't see who did it, but you might recognize the car. So if you recognize the car, I don't know why emails seem a little bit slow this morning. Well, I just got that one. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Do I need to refresh this thing? Okay. All right, let me just click on the Dropbox link again. So yes, I'm going to recommend that we help each other out here because these hit and run drivers they're crazy. They just hit you and leave the scene like nobody's business. So let me see here now. And it's not nice when you have to foot the bill for fixing your car when you're not even at fault. Okay, let me just find this again. And then we click on the Dropbox link. Where's the Dropbox link? Yeah, here we go. Okay. It's a large file. So okay. All right. Oh, why is it broken up down? Why is it so much footage? Like it's a bunch of videos. Oh, Lord. Y'all be complicating my life. It's a bunch of videos. That's why. All right. So I need to go through these and find the one where they actually hit the car. Don't send me the entire video. There's like 20 videos in this folder. Oh, okay. All right. This is going to require, it looks like it does it in 30-second clips. So this is going to require some time going through. But, all right, we'll have a look. Okay. So, his status should be revoked if he's a paper Caymanian, if he's in a work permit, deportation. We got to have that in the law because it's not there, Miss Debbie. Yeah. So I think too that one of the other things that is happening here is there are obviously some delays with the implementation of this law. I can't even. Let me just drink my water and hush my mouth. We can't get it wrong. We want to do it right because if we get it wrong, these same rich people are going to lawyer up and sue the government and then prove that it's unconstitutional and this and that. And it's just wasting time, resources, and then we look stupid. So we got to take our time. We do have to take our time and get it right. But then there is a degree of, get it right versus speed. You got to err on the side of getting it right. All right. So give me 1 second here. Oh, Lord. What is going on with Chrome again? Okay. So James, go tell the Popo that was you. Turn yourself in at least. And then I think you should be fine. We got to start sending these people to jail but unfortunately, it's going to be difficult because DUI normally gets your license taken away. Andrew says, in all seriousness, though, we need to be more responsible on the roads. If we're going to drink, don't drive, get a cab. And somebody like him can afford it. This is the thing that gets me. He can afford a cab. He got enough rich friends to call somebody. And it wasn't that late at night. I think it was like after 10, 11 o'clock at night. So not like he waking somebody up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Andrew says, I was almost killed years ago. 4:30 a.m. going to the airport by a drunk driver. I had to swerve to avoid a head-on collision. The whole right side of my brand new car was torn off. I had to sue for damages. El Rey says, are you automatically charged with a DUI for leaving the scene of an accident? No, you're not, because you can't be charged with a DUI unless they can actually prove that you were driving under the influence. But there's almost an assumption of why you would be leaving the scene. Some kind of drugs, most likely. Shaka says insurance companies need to hold the government accountable for allowing importing such unfit drivers. How can you do that, though? That's not on the government. Cayman has its fair share of homegrown bad drivers. Seems importing the unfit is outpacing locals. But here's the thing, Shaka, how do you prove that? Theoretically, he could be a horrible driver. He could be drinking and driving all the time. He could be snorting cocaine 24/7. But this also could be his first accident. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these people have been getting lucky forever. So you can't just say that the government should be doing something about these unfit drivers. We don't know they're unfit until they get in an accident, normally with a Honda Fit. So Andrew says I can 50% Honda Fit driver as a Jamaican. Me want one house. Sue says you can't go to Canada and get away with what they do here with real estate. It's Canadians only. Time to close the gap. Hold on one second here. Let me see. Okay. All right. In terms of the Dropbox video, I got to go through those. I need time to do that. Let me just find something else real quick. Let me see. Okay. Let's see here. Oh gosh, Chrome has been very unpredictable lately. Okay. Alrighty. Next problem I have is parking and going, then coming to find someone parked so close to my driver's door that I have to go through the passenger door. People cannot park. Always a problem. Sue for car replacement. Well, you're not fixing that Honda Fit. And I would say brand new Honda Fit is in the works. Medical bills, pain and suffering, trauma, loss of work. Yeah, listen. Recover, they'll get everything you legally can get. The driver of the Honda Fit is in the hospital and has made it clear that on Instagram that he's coming from. Good for him. He should be the shit out of him all the way to Australia. Oh, beat. Oh, no, Debbie. No. You don't want to do that because then you're the one who's going to get in trouble. You guys know how this works already. You're going to get in trouble. And then, that's not going to bode well for you. Don't beat him up. Beat him in court. Get your coins. That's what you need to do. Get your money, honey. All right. Big shout out to Recover. Car accidents, medical malpractice, workplace accidents, assaults. Yep, people be beating y'all up. You need to call Recover because they got you. Yeah, they can help you with all those things. So make sure you know. Sounds like the Honda Fit driver is a Jamaican. I don't know. Maybe. Revoke his real estate license. I think that if he has a DUI, I don't think that constitutes as a revocation. However, I'm curious to know, does anybody know this guy? I'm curious to know if he's convicted, because remember now, he hasn't been yet. So we can't say that he's guilty of anything because he hasn't been convicted. I'm curious to know what standards they have for Cereba members. Because I can only assume that we need to inquire. I doubt they're going to do anything. If they did that, half of them real estate agents wouldn't be working because half of them be sauced up and drunk all the time. What a hot mess. All right, Parliament is in session today. Parliamentarians working. They had youth parliament yesterday. And oh my God, I've confirmed that R8 was the one that I saw in the showcase that day that I was like, OMG. It's a beautiful car. Wow. That car was nice, boy. Was nice. Mm. Mm-mm. All right. It was. Yeah. Definitely past tense, my dear. Most certainly past tense. Uh-oh. Chrome is acting up. It keeps shutting down Windows and stuff. Chrome Windows. Chrome. Oh, I don't know what's going on. It's stressed out. Chrome is stressed out. All right, folks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Another great show. Another wonderful day. Thank you. Strong Will says, Auntie, you don't need another car right now. Oh, no, I don't. Absolutely not. That's my dream car, which I probably don't need at all. That's when I have nothing else to do. Retirement. And I just want to drive around a nice sports car to look young, to feel young. But yeah. When you start paying that kind of crazy money for a car, low key, I'm just like, that's a down payment on a piece of property. And I'm trying to get as many pieces of properties in my little fingers as I possibly can, because we soon not gonna be able to afford nothing. So I don't know. Oh, question here, separate topic. How is there no longer a Flow email address for the help desk? El Ray, help out a brother here. Scott wants to know, do people actually email Flow though? For real? Aren't you calling them on the phone? Is there still a help desk email, Flow? El Ray? He's our Flow contact here. Let us know. I haven't been or emailed Flow or anybody in so long. What? We removed a post from your page. Which page? Ugh. From March the 5th. I bet you that was the masturbating one. Whatever. At least it's going to help catch somebody now. The police saw it. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll challenge their we'll challenge it, but whatever. Facebook now only lets you keep up videos for 6 months anyway. I mean 6 months, for 30 days, and then they automatically take stuff down, so it's a bit low-key annoying. Useless WhatsApp, useless call center, ineptitude in the store. Okay, maybe El Ray, you can help Scott. Scott, what's that mean? I'll put the two of you in contact with each other. K Blue does not reply or acknowledge receipt, directs to silly WhatsApp. Ooh. El Ray, help him out. I heard you guys have a new marketing manager, by the way. Might they finally have a clue how to do proper marketing in the Cayman Islands? Come on, Flo. Get on it. Ooh, the DOJ posted 3 previously unseen memos about new Epstein documents of Trump accuser released. Read in full. OMG. I'm sorry, but I think Trump is a rapist. How young they were, I don't know. But he's already been convicted of sexually assaulting a woman, so she got her coins. Israeli officials are growing concerned. This is in the Washington Post opinions. A few senior officials in Israel are starting to voice concerns about the escalating open-ended attack in Iran, suggesting possible exit ramps that might halt the war before it further damages the region and the global economy. Y'all are idiots. Why is Israel the ones who are running the show here, and the US is following like a bunch of fools? Oh my gosh. Nosa? I tell you. It's a mess. It really is a mess. All right. Flow should change their name to Slow, says Strong Will. El Rey, the customer service needs a little bit of help. I think we can all admit to that. So help them out. Okay. Auntie Sandy, that type of thinking is part of the problem. Just take a page out of the Germans' traffic law books for a foreigner to get a driver's license. Oh, you'll have to look that up. Okay. Another person says now he is throwing, oh, this is Trump. Now he's throwing his cabinet under the bus. Trump is now blaming Hegseth, Jared, Witkoff, and even Rubio for his decision to attack Iran. No way. Is he really? Okay, we got to talk about Trump tomorrow. We haven't had a Trump moment. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Wednesday? All right, let's see if we have time tomorrow if nothing else is pressing. But of course he's not going to take blame for this. He's an idiot. When are y'all going to come? I saw somebody posting something and I was going to respond to it about misinformation, of course. So why didn't Biden release the files? I'm like, how many times do we have to say the same thing over and over again for you people to get it? Seriously, do you not pay attention? Are you not learning? I mean, it's just like, what the hell? Oh, my God. Anyway, I'm going to respond because I feel like the more we just ignore these people and don't correct them, the worse position, honestly, that we're all in because they just keep spewing shit out of their mouths that isn't true and doesn't make any sense. So I'm responding to Thomas. This is Thomas Sevick. There, I'm Kim and Brack. Poor him. You guys really have a knack for showing your ignorance. But I'm all about responding to them now. Yes, I'm going to take time and respond to the stupidity because if you don't, they think they're right and they're not. Poor what my little friend there name? Douglas, Denver Douglas. Oh Jesus, Denver. Sometimes you type something and you put something up. If I had balls, I'd be scratching my balls. But since I don't have any, I got to scratch the top of my head because I'm like, dude, what kind of stupid shit are you talking about? What if one of Iran's nuclear weapons hit the US? Okay. And what if I became queen of the UK tomorrow? Like there's some things that are just stupid to ask. I'm sorry. They claim that there is no there's no such thing as a stupid question. Well, one thing I know is there's definitely stupid statements on social media. I don't give a fuck who don't like that, but some of y'all are downright stupid and you demonstrate it by the shit that you be saying. So, yeah, Denver, you need to do more reading, I think, and less posting. Because, you know, a lot of these questions that you have, if you would just look it up, do the research, you would actually see that what you're saying is like really utterly ridiculous. I'm just saying. What happened to Curtis and the Brat? Curtis probably living his best life, child. You know, he's retired and he got those grandbabies now. So Curtis be enjoying life, selling cars, hitting the bar, enjoying his best days. 2 billion plus a day or more now. Price per barrel of oil is 125. Going up to 200. We might need to go Uncle Bill's to get some bicycles, Lord Jesus. Maybe that'll be good for the nation, though, if we all start walking. You know? It's a mess. And of course it's going to impact us. Is it going to be over by summer? I don't know, because those Iranians, they crazy. They batshit crazy. Them people not going to stop. They will bomb. And by the way, did you guys see that the Saudis, we're going to talk about this more, but the Saudis are like low key not going to help Trump. And now he's like, oh, we're going to retaliate against the Saudis. I'm like, how are you going to retaliate against your friends, the Saudis? The same people who, killing people, journalists and whatever, giving him this jet for him to use. Now he's upset with them because they don't want to get involved in this war. You know why they don't want to get involved in this war? Because that's their cousins. The Iranians are their cousins, but they're like the batshit crazy cousins. Everybody's got one of those, or a few. If you're lucky, you only have one. So they know, right, that if they get involved in this, they're in the region. Them Iranians can always be coming at them. Pretty much they leave each other alone as it is now. They stay in their lane, and there's some mass exodus now from Dubai. Did you guys hear about this? How many people are leaving Dubai? They're like, oh my God, is this time to go buy property in Dubai? Are they going to survive? Like, it's a whole mess and then some. Then people from United Arab Emirates, they're not getting involved in your shit, Trump. They're getting bombed slightly, yes, and they're going to just take it and try to stay out of it. Because if this escalates into an all-out regional war where everybody's fighting to get involved, World War III, despite what what's his name? Clinton says, he laughs thinking, oh, war. I'm sure there were people laughing too, that one single execution of a man could have started a whole world war. But that shows how much you guys don't understand. Right? The Europeans are like, they don't want to get involved. The only one that's really speaking up, though, is Spain. So now Trump trying to go after them. It is beyond just Israel and the U.S. attacking Iran. This is going to escalate. And those people in Iran, they're not fucking around. I'm telling you, they will burn their whole country down just to kill the Israelis. And not for nothing, I'm going to tell you straight up, the Americans are the ones who killed those schoolgirls who are bombing schools, and that's not the only school, and shame on them. President Trump, talking about he doesn't know if he's going to get in heaven. Honey child, you know we're close to heaven. You need to fucking burn in hell for eternity for the shit that you've been doing. And this is only adding icing to the cake. God, take out your notebook, honey child, and deal with Trump because he's coming your way soon. Y'all talking about the third term? This bitch not making it to no third term. He's already got dementia. Oh my God, we'll talk about it tomorrow, but I'm going to show you why I say the man has dementia. Y'all need to pay attention and stop defending stupidity and ignorance and someone leading a major country like the U.S. who has dementia. It's no wonder he can blame people because he probably really does believe it. He forgot when he told them to let's go to war with Iran. Let's support the Israelis. And I'm sorry, but I've lost a lot of respect for the Israelis. I'm looking at them totally, not that I really had any respect for them because I've kind of seen low-key how they have treated people. But they're trying to eliminate the Palestinians off the face of this earth, and that's not right. Over land, and then they keep spreading out. They keep wanting to take more and more and more. The Israelis are not to be trusted. I don't care what nobody says. They're ridiculous. Wanda says, as a woman, if I had balls, I'd be king, right? The U.S. is the only country to ever use a nuclear weapon in another country, Japan. Who should we really be worried about? Seriously. Thank you. Nobody else must have weapons but them in Israel, apparently. Ask Israel how many nukes they have. No. Have you seen what Iran said? They're not surrendering. They're crazy people. Yeah, I get it. And trust me, I actually believe them. I believe that they're crazy and they will die until the last one of them is left. On the one hand, I kind of feel like I can't blame them, though. Someone coming in your backyard and picking a fight with you, what are you going to do? You just lay down because they tell you to lay down? Hell no. You better get your ass up and fight. Philip says that Denver hasn't found Google yet. Maybe we need to introduce him to AI. How in 2026, as a communication company, you shut down your email? They shut down the email? What the what? That can't be right. So they only want people to WhatsApp? Oh, email for customer service was discontinued, just confirmed by WhatsApp agent. So even El Rey doesn't know what's happening over there. What the hell? And worse than that, here's the thing, Scott. Worse than them shutting it down is clearly they didn't tell nobody. No communication whatsoever. Oh my God. No, sir. Andrew said they should have never done the invasion when they were in negotiations with us or the US. Nobody treats the US. Nobody trusts the US. Traveling to the US is very risky now. Trust me. I'm like, Cayman Airways cargo, help a girl out. Just get my shit here safely and we good. I'll pay for the privilege of not going right now. They're going after Lebanon. I need to catch up on today's news. Anyway, beautiful folks. Yeah, did you see that? Send me the video for that. Yes. Oh my God, we'll play this one tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be Trump Day. See ya. Tune in early because I know you love to defend his shit. But yes, according to Trump, girls at 6 years old are of age. Freudian slip, maybe. Did y'all see that video? Ew. Nasty. That's disgusting. And they are definitely stupid people, but you wasn't just there for a week the other day. I know. How can Flo do this? They just canceled an existing plan in use for 4+ years. Postpaid bundle. Oh, they've canceled somebody's plan? There's no active broadband in your account. Enjoy the same mobile postpaid. They didn't contact you? What the frig? Scott, message me. I don't have his number, but Scott, message me. We're going to get you some help from Flo. And then I'm going to send you another Flo complaint to deal with. Oh, Lord. They soon make El Rey head of customer service. I hear Zeus barking. This dog is so smart. Not for nothing. But he knows roughly what time the show ends and when I should be off air. So when you hear him barking this time of day, it's not like he has to go to the bathroom or anything like that. He is just like, look, let me out of my cage because I know you in there talking foolishness and you need to come off of you need to come off of the show. That's what he's doing. I hear you, Zeus. I'm coming. Mama's coming. I'm coming, honey child. He's like, hurry up already. All right, we're going to get y'all some Flo help. And let me see. Sorry. Okay. Oh. Huh. Okay. All right. I'm going to get you guys some details here. Oh, Lord. All right. Let's get back to work. Thank you guys so much. Better they bomb your Amazon package than you. That's for sure. You have no idea how Israel and these Palestinian countries still have citizens. They've been fighting before Jesus. Oh, I have no idea. Look like they multiply like roaches, can't kill. Lord have mercy. It's just really sad, though. It really is actually sad that they're committing genocide and the world just is sitting back and allowing them to do it. I've seen some stuff that is really, really shocking and concerning. Like people will be they're targeting civilians. People will be at a funeral, burying their loved ones, nurses and other people, and they just shoot and kill them. Like it's wrong. I can't even imagine. There's a video that I saw the other day where the guy talks about the stench of death in the Gaza Strip, like nothing he's ever seen. He's been in all kind of war zones and stuff all over the world. And he says that what is happening in Gaza is he's had to get therapy. He's got PTSD from just being there and seeing it. He says it's the worst he have ever seen. And he's been in Africa, Sudan, all over the place, and he's seen genocide. He's seen war. He said he has never in his life seen anything like what the Israelis are allowed to do in Gaza. It's just absolutely shocking. And I can't believe that the world, I agree with you, plastic, fantastic. The world is largely turning a blind eye to all of it, pretending that they're not erasing people off the face of the earth. Anyway, tune in tomorrow, folks. We'll do a bit of an international coverage on tomorrow's program. Parliament is back in session, so if you have an opportunity, go and have a listen. Of course, we have got our team tuned in, and they will be listening to the program, the airing, my apologies. And, we'll bring you anything that is of interest that comes out of the proceedings. All right, Andrew says in closing, we as Caymanians are going to have to come together more as a community for each other. Well, we hope always. On that note, Wanda says it's scary that Trump has the nuclear code, right? And nobody says no to him. This is the problem. People don't stop him with his madness. And that's why he's dangerous this term, more so even in the first term. Anyway, look here, folks. Thank you for your continued support. We look forward to 2026 being an amazing year, obviously here on CMR with the CMR family. Continue to tune in. If you're interested in doing your own podcast, doing your own show, becoming part of the CMR family, reach out to me. Everybody's got my number, but if you don't, 324-1612, there you go. Reach out, talk to me, because there's lots of additional excitement coming. I think a lot of people could really do an amazing talk show. It's fun. It is fun to sit here and engage with people. It really is. I love it. And I think sometimes it's like a fear factor that stops people. And don't let fear stop you. Every day I'm afraid of something. And I'm like, nope, let's just push through it and get it done. So we'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Stay blessed and not stressed. Goodbye for now.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.